welcome once again to the Forward Compatible Podcast. This is episode 29 for August 26th, 2012. My name's Tony, and I'm joined, as always, by my fellow podcasters, Mark and Jason.
Hi!
Nope.
Not happening today.
No, it's not there.
Why, what's wrong?
I don't know.
Tell us your problems, Mark.
Oh, you know. I don't want to get into this. That's the other podcast.
We are all extremely close.
Yeah. We got... Okay.
Tony smells like...
So,
is it roses or is it just sweat? I can't tell the difference.
Actually, my sweat does smell like roses.
I get a little sweat, some meatballs, and lavender. That's what I'm picking
That's
up.
what I do.
Meatballs.
That's what I do.
So we actually have a new setup because we don't know what the hell's been going on with that weird echo.
Yeah, it's because of the two mics, I think, and then
so we
not a nice room.
We bought this really cool fucking mic, and we're all staring at it because we're all huddled around.
It's
it.
nice to look at. It really is.
It is.
It's supposed
pretty.
What's it called? It's
omnidirectional, and it's a Blue Yeti mic.
Yeah.
This thing's fucking badass.
Take that, Best Buy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we screwed them out of. How much money did we?
About
screw
$60.
Like, no more. Like, yeah. We'll call it.
It's 150, but I think we got it for 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before the gift cards.
Yeah. So we've been screwing Best Buy out of. Personally, I think we've done at least $110 because I had that, and then the webcam from not too long. But $110 I've saved from Best Buy.
Take that, Best Buy.
Yeah, price matching and such.
All right, so we'll kick off the show how we always do with our weekly roundtable and catch everybody up on what we've been playing since the last time we all spoke.
Guild Wars 2 came out yesterday.
He just jumped the gun there.
Guild Wars!
Guild Wars 2. I had that, but while waiting to actually play it this week, I did Saints Row. I got in the NHL, and I tried out Madden demo. It's awful, but besides that... I actually did go back to, because I talk about so much, Star Wars Knights of the Republic. I reinstalled that, and I put about an hour into that today.
How did that game age?
Well, it's still a really good RPG.
Really?
Yeah, I'm still really enjoying it.
Because I haven't popped that shit in like fucking 10 years. I couldn't imagine it'd play... That was like when BioWare was still figuring their shit out. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't...
It's still really good. I'd still suggest it. They actually just put up Star Wars Knights of the Republic 2 this week on Steam. So I don't need it right now, but that is a guaranteed buy for me once it goes on sale for 10 cents off or more. And then I also did some free roam in Grand Theft Auto 4. Me and my buddy were just like, we're bored, what do we play? Went to Grand Theft Auto 4 and played about a half hour of the free roam stuff. That game's still pretty good. That game still aged pretty well.
This is really tweaking me out. We're like almost 30 episodes in, right?
It's scary.
I've never sat this close to you guys.
I know.
Past couple of weeks, I've been sitting like on top of Mark's lap.
Yeah, this is like really weird.
On top of that, I did Sleeping Dogs, and I finally got into the co-op of TF2.
Nice.
I don't care about any of that. Tell us about Guild Wars.
Guild Wars?
Yeah.
It's good. Okay, so I've been playing this game for the last 4 months, because I've been doing beta. I've been a very early beta tester, but the game comes out on Tuesday. It's more broken than it has been in the last 4 months. I don't know how that is. It's not unplayable. It really isn't. It's extremely, extremely good. The problems is the guild system's fucked up. The registration system is also gone wonky. There's also like some other people complaining about like what was it, like this era where they're not invited to like the early access even though they have the codes. Like everything just went wonky, and I'm like, I'm not in my guild right now. What's my other problem really? My registration, like they send you every time you log in, you send an email, because this is how they're gonna do their authentication system. They're gonna do it per computer. And literally, it's not working for me, so I can't do whispers in game because I'm not an authenticated thing. But they let you play stuff. They have a lot of work to do in the next day. It's going to be a sketchy release.
Is that coming out that quick?
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
But I mean, most stuff nowadays, they're just going to patch it.
Yeah, especially with them.
Angry Andy's over in where is he? Thailand today, and he's in the beta or early access, whatever you want to call it. He's been playing it.
How's he liking it?
He loves it and hates it because I guess they changed something with weapons where you like, say, for instance, the way he described it to me is you get a great sword and then you get 5 attacks for it, but that's all you get.
Yeah.
Kind of.
No, it's awesome.
But you can modify what they do a la City of Heroes by enhancing the attacks with different abilities, but literally it's the same 5 attacks from level 1 to level...
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
And literally you'll... Like, each weapon you have to unlock, like, the 5 abilities. Literally, I do like it for that. It's really easy to play, and literally, this might be one of the first MMOs where I think it's going to be incredibly easy to controller play. I really do, because literally there's not that many keys to it. Like, they made it very simple.
They streamlined it.
Yeah, and literally it works out really well. They have this auto attack function where literally, I just found this out from playing it this one, because I don't even know if they had it last month, but literally you can actually set up your own macros through your mouse only. Before you had to go through a complicated system, like, I don't know if you ever tried to do it in WoW or anything like that. I haven't done any other MMOs, but you had to macro it. Literally, you can do this all with like 3 clicks. You can just, you hit 1 on your keyboard and it does all 3 attacks for you if you want, or 5 attacks.
Yeah,
so like, it's very simple and nice so far.
In the same family, NCSoft City of Heroes had something similar. It was newer. It's a couple years, but they did the same thing. So it's nice to see them borrowing a couple of the ideas and back and forth and whatnot.
So this one's supposed to support controllers,
Well, I'm just saying this might be easy.
Are you trying to say it's a Tony type game? Is that what's going on?
It could be. It's no monthly fee either.
No, this is one of the few PC games I'm planning on picking up.
Oh, very nice.
Push X to attack. That's all Tony's got to do.
I severely doubt it'll be like a launch game for me. I think I'll just grab it at some point when I'm bored.
Yeah.
This isn't something I'm like, oh my god, it's coming.
I'll just run through stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody will power level me later. It'll be fun.
Yeah, this one, I'm psyched, and literally, I'm an MMO fiend. I have now found one that wants me to stay for any extended period of time, and I think this one might do it.
What's the longest you've ever stayed on one?
Well, you were addicted to WoW.
WoW, literally on and off for 5 years, probably constant for 2 to 3.
Okay.
Literally, if you go to my Xfire, I stopped using my Xfire account because literally it was over 1,000. It was 2,000 hours. I think it was around 2,000 hours or so into WoW over the years, and then I stopped using it. So I'm probably in the 25 to 3,000 hour range on WoW. Everything else, I mean, I probably could put 100 hours and do almost for the most part.
Yeah, I've been taking a break for the better part of this year, but avid City of Heroes player.
Yeah.
And geez, I don't even want to guess how many hours Andy's logged on different MMOs, because he did WoW forever and just recently quit post Cataclysm.
I was almost out before Lich. I would come back for like a week.
Look at the look on his face.
I don't know. I don't know too much about this shit. I mean, I wish I could chime in more. I never got into the momos. Jace, what you been playing this week?
I've been playing Transformers: Fall of Cybertron, which I actually completed earlier today.
And
it's decent. It's pretty good. It's 13 chapters. Each chapter is about an hour or so. So, I mean, again, I haven't been able to do any of the multiplayer. So it's been just the campaign
Why
itself.
haven't you been doing multiplayer?
I don't have online.
Oh.
No internet.
I thought I'd remind you.
Yeah.
No interwebs.
I'm going to cry now.
Yeah.
But it was actually pretty cool. Of course, you don't get to play as Grimlock until, like, the second to last chapter. That's kind of what everybody wanted to play
Balls!
as. Yeah. It switches back and forth. You start as the Autobots, then you go to the Decepticons, and the story's pretty cool. The game is actually really hard. I started it on normal, and it was probably comparable to being on hardcore for years. Like
huh?
Yeah. I actually, about halfway through the game, had to drop it down to easy, because again, I was playing it for the story purposes. And it was still really hard, and I still died a lot.
Yeah.
But it's cool. They don't focus on the transforming into the cars and stuff as much. There's a couple of sections. There's some aerial combat, and then there's the last chapter of the game is actually really cool. In the chapter, you start off as the Decepticons. You switch to the Autobots in the same fight, and it goes back and forth, so you see like both perspectives. Cool. And then, of course, it cops out with one of those endings where you have to pick which side you want to go with as you beat it.
Spoilers, Dick.
Yeah. I didn't give away the ending. God.
Yeah, with those, it looked like... Okay, because I played War for Cybertron.
Which I did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually checked that out from work for a few days, and mechanically it felt sound. Because I obviously haven't tried the new game yet. It just like didn't pull me in at all, so I stopped pretty much immediately. I didn't give it a fair shake.
Yeah, now this one, I mean, it's got I honestly, I'm a kid of the 80s, but I never cared about the Transformers. I hated them. They were stupid to me. I was not into them.
I never got super into it either.
I picked it up for two reasons. Three. Because I had heard that the game kind of plays like a Gears of War, which is not a fair assessment of it. It doesn't.
That's what I was telling people for like a week.
It does and it doesn't. The interesting thing is the cover system. You actually switch which hand your gun's in, so you can't actually go into cover. But if there's like a pillar, you can go from right hand, hit with one button, switch that same gun to your left hand, and shoot that way.
So there's not really a cover. So you're not really taking a cover behind it. You're more
you're
swapping gun hands.
And actually, with some of the power ups and stuff, they're very reminiscent of Halo. Even so much as getting the big shield bubble around you. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it was pretty good. The story is kind of what got me. That and the trailer that they came out with for it, which had that song, and it's Optimus Prime carrying Bumblebee, which I'm sick of now because it's actually, if you let the game sit for more than like 3 minutes, it goes into that trailer and just plays over and over. So now I'm sick of seeing it and hearing it.
I remember when you first saw that at E3, that video sold you.
Yeah.
Like 10 seconds later, like, I'm getting this game.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what they did from that point on.
No.
Yeah.
That was it. Also, too, without giving away a spoiler, stick through the credits. I know a lot of people like to skip the credits. Stick through the credits. That's where you can see that High Moon actually has a lot of fun with what they do.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about it. So.
Okay.
That sounds like I have to see that.
Yeah.
As for me, I only got around to playing 4 things. 2 I want to list off real quick. 2 I actually wanted to talk a bit about. So the 2 that I just wanted to list off, I got a little further in Homefront. And I played a little bit more of the Saints Row 3 DLC. Just got a little bit more into that one.
You know what I was doing? I actually didn't even explain what I was doing in Saints Row. I didn't really play the game at all. Literally, all I did was those stupid vehicle thefts things. I have 3 left. That's it.
I have like 3 gangs that I can't find that are keeping me from controlling the 3 sectors as well as all of.
Get a helicopter and just.
I tried. I can't fucking find them. Whatever. Yeah, anyway, the 2 remaining games. The first one, I'm actually about 3/4 of the way through. I borrowed it from work. I'm playing Resistance Burning Skies on the Vita.
And you hate it.
It's a competent shooter.
Whoever compares a game to it's competent.
It works. There's actually like it's not even like resistance buttons. That's how far they strayed from
Call of Duty
the
buttons?
3. More or less, it's Call of Duty buttons. It's just it works. Like you hop right in.
Oh, so it wasn't working before in the regular Resistance, huh?
No. I love the Resistance trilogy. This game's just far different. The controls are different, but as soon as you sit down with it, you just think Call of Duty and you're fine. It's just the story's so fucking boring. Nothing happens. But I'm like, it seems like it's going to be...
Just go on patrols the whole time.
It's so linear.
Have you ever seen Jarhead just talk about how much they jerk off because they're so bored?
I'm sorry, I was getting ready to post a picture on Facebook, and I just heard jerking off all the time.
I was comparing it to Jarhead. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. It's a good movie. Just go watch it.
It's super linear, and there's just no... There's like stuff to explore, but there's no reason to, because there's no...
Nothing over there.
There's no trophies. There's no... For it, like, if you sit around and collect all the intel, it does nothing. There's just...
collectible systems.
Even the trophy system on it's stupid. It's like, it seems too easy. I think I'm going to platinum it just for playing one time through it.
Oh wow!
And I don't like games like that because it skews.
I like to have a little bit of work for it.
It skews like I hate games like that Avatar game where you could get the 1,000 gamer score in 3 minutes and like.
I didn't do that.
I don't have that one yet.
I'm going to check your achievement list right now.
No, you son of a bitch!
God, I don't have it. But I'm saying games like that where like some are so easy.
Literally on Avatar, I didn't even go. I turned it off right after I got 1,000. Yeah, so it did.
There's no point.
No,
but I'm just saying. And then certain games. They like just to get 5 gamer score is impossible. It's like it's so skewed.
Yeah. No, I hate games where like I beat the game, I'm under a 300 gamer score or 400.
Yeah,
if I beat the game and I'm under 400, I'm generally gonna be a little bit disappointed in that.
Yeah. So this game, it just seems like just playing it through, you're gonna fucking I don't know.
Give me about 600 points out of that, and
just
I'll
for
be
beating
happy.
it, and then the last 300 or 400 should be for random stuff.
And that should that should be like with every few missions, there's like an extra add-on or something like that. I prefer that, but like if I beat the game, I'm a completionist, so I have to do everything. If I complete the game, do about almost everything, and I still have around 300, I'm gonna be kind of ticked off.
Yeah. So that's why it just seems like this. It seems really short. I've only been playing it like 2.5 hours, and it already tells you in the trophies that there's only 6 chapters. And in 2.5 hours, I just beat chapter 3. Mm-hmm. So I'm halfway through the game in 2.5 hours, and I have 80% of the trophies already.
Oh, jeez.
I'm starting to think that I'm going to get them all in one playthrough, and it's going to be about 5 hours of entertainment.
You beat chapter 4, and you have them all already.
With the exception of beating chapter 5 and 6 and the platinum.
Yeah.
That'll probably be the only 3 I'm missing.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking for an easy platinum, I'd suggest picking that game up. And
also buy a Vita, apparently.
it's not like a bad game. It's just a bad resistance game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not a good resistance game at all.
Oh,
The character's very underdeveloped. I don't fucking care about him at all, which is weird, because resistance actually makes you give a shit about the specific first person that you're playing with throughout the different games. What's
He just posted the picture of it, and he tagged us at Red Lobster because there's a Red Lobster out my window.
Yeah. Tagged us at Red Lobster.
Nice.
Podcasting live from Red Lobster.
The second game that I wanted to talk a little bit about, which I did make a post about on Twitter this week.
Who twitters?
Do you tweet?
I actually went on to my Twitter this week, too.
Do you have a Twitter?
I tweeted. I
He
tweeted.
I have a Twitter.
You have a Twitter?
Yeah. I just started using it again this week for no reason.
And that was, if you guys follow us on that, I was talking about Spec Ops The Line. I took that out from work as well, and I tore through that game. And the game, okay, it's broken. Hold on. It has the worst difficulty spikes I've ever seen in a video game. It starts off horrifically slow, and
Where you just...
and it's one of the best games I've played in a long fucking time.
Really?
That's how good the campaign is. It's so broken, and the game is so cool. I had to bring it back to work because we were only allowed to check them out for 4 days. I wanted to play it again the second.
I don't mean to cut you up. You have to move your hands out from under the table because it looks like you're jerking off while you're talking.
So what?
He might be.
Did you see the little corner of it moving? I'm sorry.
We have tablecloth today.
Yeah,
Not fancy.
at Red Lobster.
At Red Lobster.
At Red Lobster.
But yeah, so you guys were to play?
Yeah, the second I finished it, I actually wanted to restart it immediately, but I had to bring it back because it was like 3 hours before we closed, and it was the day it was owed back. It's I don't even want to talk about it. It's my sleeper pick already for this year of the game that's totally gonna get overlooked. That's fucking awesome.
What made it so good?
The campaign. It's I don't want to like even
Was like the story good?
The thing is, because it got recommended to me by somebody else, and I played it for like the first hour and a half, and it's so slow in the beginning. And it's a third person shooter, and like it's really bad for like an hour and a half of that campaign. And I was like, what is this fucking guy talking about? But he didn't tell me it was so slow in the beginning. I'm trying to tell you guys, it's just a slow beginning. And I'm playing it, and I'm like, what the? I was like ready
to get rid of
just put it down and be like, dude, this game's not good. Like, I was gonna be like, what the fuck were you talking about? But I pressed on, and then it started kicking in. It's this weird thing that this is the one and only game that's ever done that to me. It like makes you hate it but like it all at the same time. This game is so unique and weird and different than anything else I've ever played. Like, I think a lot of people picked it up thinking it was going to be like something to hold them off until Call of Duty.
I don't think a lot of people picked it up, but yeah.
And it's not that at all. No, I'm saying the people that did. I know a lot of people didn't buy this game. But the people that did buy it, I think they're like, oh, cool, maybe a shooter until fucking Call of Duty comes out. That's not what this is at all. This is like... It's one of the most unique things I've ever seen in a video game. And considering it's a shooter, which is one of the most fucking saturated genres in the whole industry, it should speak volumes of what I'm talking about. Is
this a game with the sand?
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes place in a...
Is that what made it cool for you, or...
No, actually, that was another bad thing. The environments got a little overplayed because it takes place in Dubai, which is completely like desolate at the time because what happens is a sandstorm virtually makes the city uninhabitable, and you were part of the U.S. Marines or Army, or you're part of the military forces, and you go into it, and that's when everything happens. It's just...
Is it the story that kept you going? Okay.
But you have to get through an hour, at least an hour and a half ago.
No, yeah, I just want to know what you liked about it.
Like, if anybody out there played it, like, or is thinking about playing it, please do give it a shot and
go
excuse...
at least 2 hours in.
Excuse the first hour and a half. Just let it go. Because it's not like it's bad, it's just nothing happens for the first 2 hours. You're just kind of like, what the fuck is this? It makes no sense. But then it all clicks in later. Just the way they do everything. I was blown away. I really was. That game fucking was awesome.
Nice.
The last, like, that and Saints Row are like the only... Saints Row 3, because I did beat that this year. I didn't beat it last year. Are like the two best games I've played, and we're halfway through the year.
Nice.
Of
Yeah, because
2012.
that's like one of those titles that I'm really thinking about picking up when it's probably around $30 or so.
That's what I think a lot of people are doing. They're waiting for it to drop. It's a really, really good game, guys. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to say.
I think that was our longest round table yet, but all right.
And we are sitting at a round table.
Oh, we are.
It's our first time ever. We used to be
First
at
time at a
split
round
tables.
table, yeah. All right, so we'll jump right back into the news then. PopCap this week actually had to lay off 50 employees, which is sad, but they did announce my favorite title of theirs getting a sequel. Plants vs. Zombies 2 will be coming out late spring next year.
What?
I know.
To touch base on that, they actually fired the guy who created the first one.
I know.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
His expressions are so much better now that they're like 3 feet from my face. Like, he was just sitting there talking a minute ago, and he's waving his arms around, and I'm waiting to get slapped in the face.
But yeah, so sadly they had to
I
get rid of
wasn't even
people.
thinking of that.
We're good. We're good.
But they said because they were bought out by EA last year, or early this year, I don't remember when it was, the layoffs were significantly lower than they would have been if EA didn't buy them out. So I guess it helps them out a little bit.
And it would appear that that they're going to go with a more traditional route, not some stupid first-person shooter like the rumor was a couple weeks ago. Whoever made that up was dumb.
Wait, they were saying there was a rumor that it was going to Plants vs.
talked
Zombies was
about
going to
it.
be really
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
an FPS.
No, I call them
like
stupid.
like Team Fortress.
Yeah, I call them stupid.
Yeah,
A lot.
You got to excuse me. I don't remember what
it was just
wore.
it was
drinks a
it was a
lot.
little side blip on a side note of a side note. So
I don't remember what I wore yesterday, so
No pants.
you might be right.
I'm probably right.
You did text me today saying I'll be the guy wearing no pants.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically he's wearing shorts, so those are not pants.
Take that, Mark.
Yeah.
Suck it.
I got screwed. All right, next news story. ZeniMax trademarked a name called Hearthfire. Right now it's being speculated that it is the next Skyrim DLC, which is a possibility, I suppose.
Yeah, they took their sweet ass fucking time with these.
They said they would. They said they
Yeah.
wanted to have at least like a 15 to 20 hour experience that you paid $20 for. Which
Well, the cool thing with the whole Elder Scrolls universe is they don't make DLC. They make like expansions. Yeah. So I mean, they did that with Oblivion too, right? There was just 2 really big packs.
Yeah, I believe. I think there's 3. Yeah.
3.
Okay,
Because
whatever.
you had Knights of the Nine,
Shivering Isles,
and I know they had a buttload of other.
Well, there was
DLC
like little DLCs, like costume
I
packs.
actually
and
think
whatnot.
there was 2 DLCs.
I think there's
and
only
then,
2.
Yeah, I think there was only 2, and then they had
Screw you guys.
bunch of like the horse armor one for some reason.
They had the
was
small
sold
packs.
well.
Yeah,
I hate Elder Scrolls.
and then I'm not even through the original
Nope,
Skyrim.
I will never pick up their DLC. I don't think because I don't think it's going to actually matter to me by the time I actually get to a point when I'm actually through with the game.
That's what I'm saying. By the time there's nothing left to do
Yeah.
in Skyrim, it's probably next gen.
Yeah, that's why I haven't really gone back to it. In a while.
Elder Scrolls 6 is probably on its
Yeah.
way by
Guild
the
Wars-
time I finish Skyrim.
Yeah, Guild Wars 2 is out now. I will not go back to that game for a long time, sadly.
Yeah.
All right, my last news story for the week, which I found was pretty cool. Sorry, I had to look at it because I totally forgot what it was.
That's how cool
Yeah,
it was.
that's how cool it was. I didn't remember. The Borderlands team did a not a remake, a demake of Borderlands.
The Borderlands.
It's called The Borderlands.
Yes.
It's a free web-based 16-bit game. You can go play it at wubwub.eu, which I thought was hilarious.
Yes.
that Wub Wub was not taken. So literally, you can go play this game. It's like I guess you would say it's a prequel to the whole series, and it's in 16-bit, kind of like overhead kind of thing. But it was pretty cool. I played like, I don't know, 5 minutes of it because I just found out about it like yesterday, the day before, something like that.
Yeah, I saw it on IGN, I think it was. I clicked out. It fucking looks hysterical.
I played it for a few minutes in an undisclosed location. But I would totally buy that if it was a mobile game. I'd pay $1 for it. That's how entertaining it was.
Yeah.
Good
Those
stuff.
guys, they do good stuff. I can't wait for the sequel. That's what we're like. We'll
18th.
talk about that later.
Yeah.
Shut up, Tony.
Shut up,
Yeah,
Tony.
God.
close that mouth of yours.
Dumbass.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Whore.
All right, that's the news for the week. I think we got probably one good rumor that came out this week.
Yeah. It's
You
about a
have
game
to-
I hate.
Yeah, it's actually funny enough another ZeniMax game.
Yeah.
Or Bethesda, whoever else is making these days. I don't remember. It's ZeniMax anyway. Anywho, Fallout 4 is supposedly going to be in the Boston locale.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taking Jason's rumors.
Yeah, that's fine.
He didn't seem to want to jump up on that.
No, because I hate Fallout.
Basically, what's happened is people have been, I guess, asking questions about why you're taking photos of my city in Boston, because apparently you're all
Yeah, they saw Bethesda out there.
weird bastards about who's taking photographs.
Well, what's interesting about it is because you know how they always refer. You've played them, right?
Yeah.
You know how they always refer to like what is it, the institution or the university? They call it something vague like that.
Yeah.
What they're talking about is using MIT,
Yeah.
excuse me, as the basis.
Tony's gonna die. All right.
Spike.
Spike. Sorry, Tony died.
I'm dying. Oh God.
Do you want water?
Right.
Too much cock.
Too much brisk. Too raspberry.
A little too much
for you.
raspberry tea for me. They're actually going to use MIT as. Wow, my voice sounds weird now. My eyes are probably watering. This is terrible.
Yeah. Cheeks are all flushed and
Okay,
yeah.
I think I'm all right.
He's
now.
blushing.
So MIT is supposed to be used as
Yeah.
the institution/university. I forget what it's called.
I think it's institution.
They've been taking pictures all around the city. It sounds like they've been caught.
Yeah.
That's cool. It makes logical sense. It's been a while. I've been waiting for the Fallout 4 announcement forever. Jason just looks upset. Don't worry.
No, I'm not.
He just hates open world.
No, not
I know
not
you
at all.
Did you?
Not at all.
What
You play City of Heroes.
Let's talk about this for a sec. What did you not like about Fallout?
It'd be a shorter list to tell you what I did like about it. Nothing. Here's my issue with Fallout and Skyrim or Elder Scrolls. There's a little too much going on to keep me involved. I kind of lose focus on what's going on and get bored when I have to walk forever to get to the next mission and then
Don't play DayZ.
well, that's different. I've tried that. It's a little different. Or giant cockroaches coming at me and whatnot. And where most of the story is being delivered by conversations. It's part of the reason I kind of steer
You
away
like
from
more
Mass
cutscenes?
Effect. Not cutscenes. I don't know. I really.
I was going to say, because
and here's
Mass
the-
Effect is especially with Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3 is text-based.
And I mean, it's weird because now you set a Zelda in front of me and I'll play it from start to finish.
Oh, you're so weird.
But I don't know. I get bored. I get really bored with them. I've tried. To
He
get
couldn't
into
play
them.
Spec Ops.
I tried really hard to get into them, and I got to Megaton, and then I got bored and just
Did you
started.
blow it up?
No, I just started murdering everyone.
See, to me,
You could have just blown it up. It's far greatly
it was
better.
Not. I'm not talking Fallout 1 or 2 because those
Yeah.
whatever. Fallout
Diablos, that's what they're called.
Fallout 3, to me, is one of like the more revolutionary games. Whether you got a little whatever by the story or whatnot, what it brought to video gaming, to me is one of like the
Yeah.
top
Oh, I think
It was-
did, too.
it was-
top 20.
I'm not
maybe
disagreeing.
20 most influential
I've-
games
yeah.
of all time.
I've
Like-
always said it from day one, and I know I joke around and say, "Oh, I hate them." I don't hate them. They're just not for me.
no, yeah.
The roleplay genre after that got the game quality was just so much better for that too.
Yeah, to me, it's like that. Probably Grand Theft Auto 3 was another big one that just
Yeah, no, definitely Grand
opened
Theft
up the
Auto 3.
world. Your original Mario and Zelda, along with like maybe another 10 other games or so. If you ask me, like the games that completely define what we do, Halo, Combat Evolved will be
Yeah.
another one. But they just completely set the standard for Counter-Strike.
Well, here's the other part of it. All right, I think that's why I latched onto Borderlands as much as I did, is because it was just like, all right, the story is the background. You don't really need to know what's going on. Just go blow shit up. Go have fun. Go play around. That I was more into. Now I'll play Grand Theft Auto. I'll play Red Dead. I have no problem with those. I like open world games.
I didn't like Red Dead.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I like getting lost or whatever a little bit, but I also don't like, having to take 30 minutes to trudge through. Like, all right, here, I'll sum up my experience with Oblivion. I got it, made my character, fighting in the prison through the sewers and everything. Got out of the sewers. Don't know where I'm going. There's a little icon pointing that way. So I start walking that way. Some wolves come after me. I kill the wolves. I stumble into a town. Walk up to the door. Door's locked. It says, "Do you want to pick the lock?" I said, "Sure." Start picking the lock. It breaks. I turn around. There's like 20 villagers. They chase me out of the town as I steal a horse. Okay. I ride up the side of a mountain, and I get to, what are they, Oblivion Gates?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm like, oh, look at this thing.
Oh, it's pretty sweet. It's on fire.
Jump right in it. Let's go see what. And then all of a sudden, there's little fucking demons throwing fireballs at me, and then I die. I'm like, okay, I'm not. Because it starts me back at the entrance of the sewer, or like right as you get out of the sewer.
Yeah, it's just the save, yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I've tried them. They're a little too big for me.
They don't have to. So, yeah, they don't have to be for everybody.
Yeah, that's my problem with Daisy. Daisy is way too big. You could be 1/10 that size, and you probably still have trouble finding people.
Yeah,
I think if we're talking open world, I think that's why Saints Row 3 was so good. Well, it's not that big of a game.
No, it's not. That's not a huge world. Like literally, you can go end to end in a few minutes.
I like it just because Hulk Hogan's in it.
He is in it. He's in it.
I had to keep coming up with Daisy. Literally, will take you probably a good 3 hours to go end to end.
Yeah,
It's that big.
That's fucking unnecessary.
It is. When you have like that's my problem with some of like the open world games is they're so big. Red Dead was too big for me. Literally, I hated how they kept sending me side to side.
But you could fast travel.
Yeah, their
fast travel was broken in my opinion though, because you always had to go set up the campfire. There couldn't be any roads on your map. I had to run out into the desert.
What? You just jumped in a carriage.
Oh, carriages were never around.
They're everywhere.
They're in every town.
I would never be in a town. I'd be off somewhere else.
That's what you get for wandering around in the woods.
I like to explore.
Okay, and then you found a bear.
There's nothing in them. Everything's in. You go town to town. It's only like 5 minutes. There's no reason. I know what you're saying. There's a lot of open ground. Yeah. There's no reason to be there.
Well,
everything's in the town or just outside the town, like a few minutes.
I was always doing the missions.
Then you just go back to the town.
Those stranger ones, are always brought you out to the middle of nowhere, and I did all of those the second they popped up.
Really, really quick, just because it came up, and I have to bring it up, and it happened this week. My cousin was over, and he was hanging out and keeping an eye on my grandfather while I was at work, and came home, and he's playing Red Dead on the PS3, and I'm sitting there, and my grandfather's watching it, and it's absolutely hilarious to see his reaction to video games. Because he used to play with me when I was a kid and everything. He'd play like the old wrestling game or whatever on Nintendo. But now he's sitting there, and he's like, this bastard's been wandering around for an hour. He points at the screen, and here's my cousin just riding on a horse. He's like, he don't know where he's going. It is. It's amazing. I was playing Transformers, and he's like cheering me on as I'm shooting these guys. He's like, "Oh, get that one over there!" It's
That's
great.
Awesome.
It is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I mean, I we don't have cable or anything, so it's basically he watches what we're watching, or he plays watches us play. Funny side note: last week I was playing Minecraft and actually handed him the controller.
How'd he do?
He just spun in a circle for 5 minutes.
Sounds like what my dad would do.
He literally spun in a circle for 5 minutes.
The problem
God
is,
bless him.
like when we were really young, like my older sister, she can probably play on NES because she played it. With the advent of dual joysticks, if you didn't grow up with it, you have
no concept of how to do it.
The comprehension isn't there. They don't get it.
My dad wanted to play like NHL 2008 or something one day, and like no comprehend. Like it just the games are just so hard to pick up at this time, especially sports games. And he was the other end of the ice the whole time, not knowing where the frick he was the entire game. It was just too hard if you didn't grow up with that.
If you didn't evolve with
Yeah.
the technology, it's weird to just jump in and like comprehend of like
Yeah,
I remember my sister, like, she was watching me play, I don't know what the hell it was, maybe World at War or something, and she wanted to like try it, and it's an FPS, and she couldn't understand that the camera was pointed straight up. Like, she looked straight up,
and it just stuck there.
and she couldn't like find anything. She's like, "Where is everything? Where's the trees? Where's the people?" And you're looking straight up, and she didn't get it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fallout, Boston.
Yeah, there you go. Wraps up news, rumors, basically.
Is it time for email?
Yeah.
Email?
Wow, look at that spike.
God damn it, Tony.
What was the spike for? For email? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. They had to get one in there.
That's cool.
Did we think of a song yet? Because that's all I came up with.
For what?
For emails.
No.
No.
You said last week.
No, you're
click
making
out
it
and
up.
yell at him in the comments. Jason said he'd have a song by this week because he
Yeah,
can't think of
I
something
still
on the
don't have
spot.
internet yet, so.
Yeah. He's still living in the 18th
You
century.
need internet to make up a little doodle?
Yeah. I do. Because everything I get, I steal from the internet.
All right.
There's no copyrights in this.
No.
Dawn, it's mine.
All right, so I got called out because I said that nobody ever asks us anything on Twitter. It was the 15th. Metro Android actually asked this question.
It's a little late. We're sorry,
Yeah,
bro.
Sorry.
Not my fault. I told you I don't check that.
This is directed right at you.
To me.
Yeah.
Okay.
He asked if you are willing to donate $100 for a new Earthworm Jim game. That was a conversation we were having a couple weeks back.
If Shiny Entertainment wanted to come out and make a Earthworm Jim 4 or an Earthworm Jim 3, because technically it was called 3D because it was for the N64, so I don't know if you categorize that as 3 or not.
It's like the Piranha 3D.
Plus, I don't-
You've seen the movie, the thing on the shelf.
Plus, I don't count it. But if Shiny Entertainment, I think they went under or got bought out or something anyway. But if they came to me and they're like, Tony, we need your $100 or we can't make Earthworm Jim 4, I would totally give them $150 to make that game.
But you won't donate 100 to the Ouya.
It's not donating. It's just buying it, and I want to support UPS.
UPS is
Take
probably gonna
Take that.
just. I don't know.
They get free advertising space pretty much every week on our show because we bring this up all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I would totally chip in $100 if it meant the new Earthworm Jim. That's one of my all-time favorite series that is gone.
Now what you should do now is you should do those spam emails about the oil fields in South Africa that you just inherited. You gotta do that for you. Just so someone should just fake that they're
from Shiny?
and just be like, oh, good thing for you. But
I'll be like, damn it, I told him on the podcast I would. Here's my credit card.
what else you need? Routing information. Okay.
All right, as long as the game gets made.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's it. Andrew Dillon. Hi, Andrew.
Andrew.
So, he asked, will games like Mega Man and Final Fantasy with high numbers go on forever, or will they stop adding numbers to the sequels?
Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
They'll do them until it stops selling. Little known thing with the Final Fantasies. With the original one, that's before Square and Soft merged, and before they merged with Enix as well. When it was SquareSoft, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
Something like that.
They were going bankrupt, and they poured every penny they had into Final Fantasy 1, which is where it got its title from. It was their final opportunity
game, yeah.
to do anything. It was such a smash hit, and they made so much goddamn money. They're like, well, now we can finance a sequel. And lo and behold,
Yeah.
20-some-odd iterations later.
Yeah. Literally, as I went on before, literally, as long as that series will still sell something enough to make any kind of money, there'll be numbers until 100 if Final Fantasy keeps doing well.
I think one of the problems is that anytime you take that number away now, because they're so far into it, that everybody automatically thinks spin-off. You know?
Well, I know Tactics does very well for the Final Fantasy series.
Yeah.
From what I understand, because I've made my peace with this, Final Fantasy does not bother me. It's fine because I know it's got a big fan base. I personally don't get it. I don't like it. I don't like the combat system. It's boring.
Yeah, white guy high five. You couldn't even high five me. You had to do it yourself. There you go.
See, that's why I did it myself. Yeah.
It picks it up. It's an awesome mic.
It's not they're not fun for me. It's fine if you like them. Go ahead, that's cool. I don't care. But from what I understand from the
Like,
people
it's more on like the numbering system of it.
yeah, from what I talk to with my buddies that do like it and do enjoy it and do play it, they haven't made a good one in a long time anyway. I think 11 is the last one that gains any respect, and they're on 13.2 now.
Yeah.
See, now I hear 10-1, not 10-2. 10 was the last good one for my group that
Yeah.
they liked.
No, I heard 10 and
Yeah.
11 was good. That's what I heard. No big deal. One extra game. But I guess what happened was all the old guys that started this in the 80s and 90s,
in my day.
they all retired. They're all
Yeah.
gone. So this next generation of developers is coming and taking over Square, and
They
they're
try
not-
to keep it fresh, and it hasn't panned out for them.
But people don't want those games.
Yeah.
They want 7, they want 10, they want 6. They want those games over.
Yeah.
And they're making these new different things in their vision
Yeah.
with what they want to put out, and it's just not what their fan base is looking for.
Yeah.
And they're selling worse and worse and worse. Like 13.2 just came out. It's brand new for $20 everywhere because it bombed.
Yeah. No, literally, like, I mean, just for, like, to answer the question of, like, will the number system go on? It will if it makes money. Otherwise, you know, do you imagine a world without Final Fantasy and Mega Man, though? Like, those are just two games that just keep going.
Well, Mega Man got so big, it actually branched off into 3. There's Mega Man, there's Mega Man X's, and then there's Mega Man... just shit, Google.
Yeah.
Too far away.
I think there's actually a third branch as
Yeah.
well. The X's were really cool.
I liked Legends.
Is that the third one I'm thinking of?
No, they only did 2 of them. Those were like the 3D,
Yeah, but those are the ones that can be
one.
coming more of. That could be the third branch I'm thinking of
maybe.
Possibly.
right now.
Yeah.
Those are fun games. I
Yeah.
like Mega Man. I always felt it was a limited shooter because you always have to shoot one way.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
I think the other part of the question is possibly, do you see them dropping the numbers and just coming out with, like, you know,
Yeah, it's
Mega Man Conquest, they call it, or whatever, you know, Final Fantasy.
actually just getting a different name
Yeah.
for each one.
You know, kind of like what they started doing with the horror movies. You know, they started dropping the numbers off of them and just adding a subtitle to it. Mm-hmm. Possibly.
It's a possibility. Literally, with those two franchises that you gave out there, I'd say Mega Man would probably do it first. I really think Final Fantasy loves their Roman numerals at this point.
well, Mega Man hasn't had...
I know they haven't had one in a while.
They keep putting out games, but what are they on? 11, right? They haven't made 12 in 4 years.
Yeah.
I think 11 came out 4 years ago,
Yeah,
I think.
probably.
So, I mean... They keep putting out Mega Man games almost annually, but they're not numbering them. It's almost like what they do with COD. COD,
They haven't had a number in a while.
there's technically no Call of Duty 5. They're calling this next one 9. Yeah,
Something like
8,
that,
9.
yeah.
Yeah, something
There's
like that.
technically no 5. The entire Black Ops trilogy, which is what it will become, and the Modern Warfare trilogy, they're spin-offs. They're not... Modern Warfare
Is that
was
including that they killed off the PC series, which is the only good one? And 2. 2 is good, too.
Which ones?
Like, this their numbering system's been so off, because, like, I don't know, I'm trying to do it in my head, and I just can't.
Now, the other part of it, though, too, is you know, it's the one thing that everybody always asks for. Them, like, rebooting their franchises, like remaking Mega Man 1 and Final Fantasy 1 with not necessarily, like, redoing the concept of them, but, like, you know, upgrading those original graphics and stuff. I'm not even going to touch the 7 remake that everybody
And the
wants
whole
forever.
world wants. Which
I would buy.
I would probably even... I was just saying how I'm not a Final... If they fucking made Final Fantasy 7 HD, I'd even pick it up.
I would too. And that was actually the only 2 Final Fantasy games I've ever played was 7 and 10.
I've played a bunch of them. I've played 3. I played 6.
Black Ops 2 will be 9.
9.
Yeah.
9.
See,
Not
I don't
include-
think that's right.
No,
'Cause-
it is.
Wait, no, hold up.
That isn't...
Hold up, because that's not... No, see, this isn't including them all.
What do you mean?
There's no Big Red. There's
Oh,
no...
well, those are spin-off ones.
yeah, those are-
So are all these other ones. So are Black Ops. So is
Well,
Modern
yeah,
Warfare.
technically. So, yeah, you got...
Well, Black Ops and Modern Warfare.
Where's Final Fronts? That was a PS2 exclusive.
Call of Duty United Offensive, which is the expansion to the original game.
Final Fronts,
Yeah.
which was a PS2 only. World at War Final... Or no, World at... Fuck.
It still had the World at War moniker, so I think it...
It was a totally different
I
game
know,
with a totally
I know.
different campaign.
Just telling you what they're thinking.
Oh, my God.
I'm just
Oh my
saying,
God.
Wikipedia's wrong. The face is wrong. Your face is gay.
Wow. You had to take it to that level, huh?
I did.
Yeah, because then they had Finest Hour, Big Red 1, Roads to Victory, which is on PSP, a different World of War for
PSP I'm not
PS2.
counting, but
Yeah, the DS versions.
Yeah.
What the hell is this one?
Mobilized.
There's Call of Duty World at War Zombies 1 and 2, which is on iOS.
iPhones.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
But no. So what's the original question? Are these numbers going to keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you need further evidence, just look at Madden. Every year, 13, Madden 14.
But
Madden 15,
that's
Madden
the
16.
year,
Yeah.
which WWE has also adapted.
Yeah.
It's not a number.
I'm not saying that it's the 13th Madden.
Well, I know.
I'm saying just look. Every year, all they do is tack on the new number. That's all they do. Same game, FIFA, all the sporting games. Yeah, it'll keep going until they don't sell anymore. Yeah. Why is everybody giving me the crazy eye?
Nobody's giving you.
You're giving me the crazy eye, Jason.
I'm not.
Crazy eye, Jason.
All right, we on to the next one then. Stop texting people.
Yeah, the next one, go.
Epic Beast, not 8. Sorry. He asked who would win in a fight: Cole McGrath
Infamous.
from Infamous or Alex Mercer from Prototype.
I'd have to say Prototype. He's just more of a badass.
He was more of a badass.
I'm gonna go with Cole McGrath.
You just
yeah,
did it to go against.
No,
the
I
grain.
didn't. What's he gonna do when that bitch be getting shot?
He's gonna freeze him.
What's he gonna do?
Well, first off, he's going to disguise as a guard. He's going to come up behind him. He's going to take that huge freaking hand of his and morph it into, like, the knife and just stab him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's just gonna stop him mid fucking knifing with his electric
He
bolts.
does not
that are
have an
pulsating.
ice ball.
He does not have a
I
freeze
didn't say he
freeze
did.
no
He
one.
doesn't have a freeze
Didn't say
rate.
he did.
He is not Arnold
No,
Schwarzenegger.
Sub-Zero would beat the shit out of both them. Forget
Oh,
the freezing.
oh my God, what
Forget the
are we
freezing.
Oh, here we go
What I'm
again.
saying is that Cole McGrath, I think he'd fuck him up. I don't even think it'd be close. I don't even think it's a. Ooh, this will be a good one. I think Cole McGrath. 30 seconds in. Just
Have
done.
you seen the agility of the
And the
Prototype
ability
guy?
of Alex Mercer.
Are you kidding? Fucking Cole McGrath can fucking ski on electric lines,
Yeah,
hundreds
well,
of feet in the air.
Alex
Just ski
Mercer
on
can
them.
fly.
What the fuck?
He can steal your image.
He could be Tony.
Yeah.
For all we
He
know.
could be Tony.
For all we know.
Maybe he is. Maybe I'm at home right now and I'm
Yeah.
Alex Mercer.
And
Actually, I don't know why you would be, because then you'd be agreeing with us.
actually, Alex Mercer had a better outfit than Cole McGrath.
See, maybe that's what I'd want you to think is that I'm not Alex.
I think we
Mercer,
should
but
just
I
kill
disagree.
Tony, and if he comes in next week, we knew. If not,
Then Alex Mercer's dead, and clearly Cole McGrath would have beaten him. See, yes. I don't know who'd win. I think Cole McGrath would win, but yeah, that's just me.
Again, I got to go with Prototype just because
Yeah,
it
Mercer.
was a much more brutal game.
Yeah.
And his moveset was more brutal than Cole McGrath's.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a competition to bore you to death, yeah, I think Prototype would clearly take it over.
Both
Infamous.
those games were boring as
I
shit.
loved Infamous.
I loved
man.
Infamous too.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
I like 'em.
I'm an Infamous fan, but I still think that Prototype, Alex Mercer would win.
I think they should have just, made a Venom game instead of Prototype and called it a day.
I call it a good day.
Yeah.
All right.
Good day.
Yeah.
I said good day.
What else we got, good sir?
We got an answer to our song from last week.
Shout out.
Yeah, Metro Android. It was Tetris.
It
Yeah,
was.
It was a good
They
jam.
let me. They left me in charge of it, and from some reason, it just popped in my head.
I was talking about it for favorite handheld.
No, it wasn't you.
It wasn't me. I didn't tip it off at all. No. Yeah, and again, sorry about last week. We didn't hear it until after. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm listening.
Yeah, now we're
Yeah.
quality checking.
Yeah,
as
we finally
go.
got. We just didn't want to go out and spend $200 or $100
Also,
or whatever.
rocking one ear
Yeah.
Far
totally
better.
gets rid of that weird. Yeah.
So we're actually listening as we're recording this time. So if there's any weird echo, we can. So seriously, sorry about that, guys. That was
Yeah.
like one of the worst sounding episodes we've ever
It's
done.
all Tony's fault. We sounded good.
Yeah,
Mark
we were
and I.
good.
Yeah, on my microphone, and I was using the cheap, shitty one.
Yeah.
And then I came
Just
out
because
like
we
crap.
got it to work.
Yeah.
White guy high five.
Yeah.
See, that's how it's done.
All right.
But yeah,
Next question.
So hopefully this lined up all up.
All right. Well, we tried to play our little game last week, and
it
we
failed.
failed miserably.
Flopped, if you will.
So, Andrew Dillon gave us top 3 for bad movies. Now, he did give us a couple more. We're going to spread them out throughout the week. So we're going to do bad movies this week. So
Bad
top 3
movies.
bad movies.
You know, I knew about this too, and I wasn't thinking about it the
Okay,
whole time.
hold on. I got a couple questions here.
Why are you asking me?
Are they because we got to specify what we're going to talk
All
about?
right, let's go.
Are they just bad movies, or are they movies that are generally considered good by the population that we felt were bad? Because I think that would make for better discussion.
I think we honestly have to go with what we felt was bad, because I actually like a lot of bad movies. I own 30 Godzilla films.
Also, that could be a topic for the other week that we
Yeah.
don't have just yet.
Yeah.
so which one are we doing?
Just bad movies you've seen.
Yeah, movies that you feel are bad, right? That's what we're
Yeah,
doing. Okay.
That other people, that doesn't matter whether it was well
No,
received
don't
or
matter.
not?
It's all about you.
Just yeah.
Talk
all
about
you.
yourself, Tony.
3 bad
Okay.
movies. Rank them.
Why don't we go? No, I say we go around so we can think about it. We'll name one each, then we'll name another one each, then another one each, and then we'll rank them in our heads, and then we'll spit it out. My first pick number 1, Halloween 2, not the one from the 70s because that was excellent. The Rob Zombie remake from more recently.
Okay.
Should I devil into it a
jump
bit?
right into it, because that gives us a little bit more time.
Okay. For anyone who's seen it, you already know how bad that fucking movie was.
I have not,
Okay.
but I don't care that much.
The inaccuracies were atrocious. The how much he strayed from. If you're remaking a film, you fucking remake it. The weird ghost, I'm a big horror movie buff. A buff.
Yeah.
Buff.
That's probably the worst reboot I've ever seen in my life.
What did you think of the first one? Since you said
It was not good, but at least he didn't completely destroy what John Carpenter did in '78.
Now, have you seen the reboot of Friday the 13th?
I have.
And Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah.
How would you compare that to those?
It's the worst of the 3, with Friday the 13th being the best.
Okay,
And-
awesome. White guy high five. Yeah,
And
see? We're gonna
no,
do
he
that
did,
a lot.
he did a good job, but he still didn't.
It wasn't what it used to
Yeah.
be, but yeah, it was still,
What was cool, actually, that Halloween was the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the remake. The first one wasn't as bad. I think actually Halloween 1 I did like a little bit better than the Nightmare on Elm Street one.
Okay.
They picked a really the movie and the premise when they remade Nightmare on Elm Street was fine. The problem is Michael Bay picked a really bad guy to play Freddy.
I think, considering what Rorschach was working with, he did as good as anybody that was not. And why can't
Robert
I?
Englund.
Robert Englund, thank you. I mean,
Like I
Robert
said,
Englund.
you got horror movie questions right here.
Well, same here.
Yeah.
Robert Englund is still within the age to play the character.
He would have been fine. I don't know why they didn't recast
But again,
him.
I think the guy who Rorschach, that's who it is, he did as well as anybody who's not Robert Englund could have
do.
done with that.
It was
He was set up to fail.
They also made him sound like this weird little fucking pedophile.
Yeah,
Like,
it
it
was-
was like weird what Michael Bay did.
I know, he was all into he didn't stray.
But that's
too
not how
far-
it happened.
I know he didn't stray too far from the story. He just kind of twisted it a
the
little bit.
origins got deviated.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
but I'm
It
just
was-
saying it twisted it a little bit, and it made it just a little too creepy.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
And like how he was
felt
running
dirty.
and how he was like running away from the town and stuff. That's not what happened.
No.
Freddy he didn't go down like that. He wasn't a little bitch who got what they do? They threw him.
They throwing shit through the window.
Yeah, he didn't go out, and he was crying. And he's like, "Why me?" Or what the hell was he saying?
I don't even remember.
It was just like that. Freddy didn't go down like a little bitch. That's
Right.
not what fucking happened. With Friday the 13th, I think that one was the best of the reboots. I remember watching that in the theater.
Yes.
Before I heard any review, I saw it opening night.
Opening night, same thing.
I went in with one of my buddies. I remember it really, really well. And we're sitting there and like we're watching it, and it's just a slaughter fest, which
Yeah.
is what Jason is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I'm probably over-exaggerating, but what it felt like 40 minutes into the movie, after he killed the first 13, 14 kids,
Yeah.
the sign came up for Friday the 13th. You know what happens in movies when the credit thing starts? Usually within the first 5 minutes, the title screen
Yeah.
pops up. It felt like it was 40 minutes.
Right? Because he just started hacking the shit out
It
of
was like a whole thing, and I forgot that they missed the title screen. And then when it popped up, we both looked at each other like,
Is it over? Or
what
is it
the
the beginning?
fuck? No, because in my head, as it's happening, I'm like, he's really killing these kids really quick. How are they going to stretch this out to an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Because he's just eating through those 13, 14 kids. Then the title screen comes up. Then the movie starts. It was just, it was sick. That was a really, it's not as good as what they were doing back in the day, but that's the best reboot, I feel.
Yeah.
So Halloween 2 reboot, first bad pick.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not really into those very much, but
That's a whole nother podcast for you and I.
yeah.
Horror movie
First
podcast.
pick, I'd have to say Toxic Avenger 3.
Really?
Yeah, like, I just got so... like, I know they're supposed to be crap. They're made to be crap. But the second one, I actually enjoyed. Third one, I turned it off halfway through because it just was crap. Like, nothing about it was freaking good. And, like, usually they're so bad that they're good. It was so bad because it's actually fucking bad.
It's just a bad fucking movie.
And, like, literally, first one good, second one decent, and then I didn't even want to watch 4 because I'm like, I'm probably just going to hate the rest of the series
I
then.
honestly can't tell the difference between all of them. I've seen all of them. All the Traumaville movies. I like, my brain just blurs them all together into one. When was it? What is he fighting?
I don't remember. I really don't. I mean, they do blend together. I mean, it's, the first one's obviously that one, but you know what it is? It's I think it's John Candy he's fighting. I'm pretty sure it's John Candy because John Candy's trying to, like, buy the town or something ridiculous like that.
Is it actually John Candy?
I think it is. It's been a while since I watched it.
I have IMDb up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it might be John Candy. We'll see. I also might be off. It might be a John Candy lookalike.
Which, you said 3?
I think it was 3, yeah.
Okay, by the way, it was The Toxic Avenger Part 3, The Last Temptation of Toxie.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it was called.
I think it was. Who was it?
Yeah, it is. And I don't
There's,
see
like,
John
no
Candy.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Is it Rick Collins?
No.
I don't
The devil is one. But yeah, like, literally, it was like so. Anyway, that was awful. Like, literally, you can go with yours.
Jason.
All right. Taking it to a more mainstream movie. Anybody see the horrible movie that came out called The World Trade Center, which featured Nicolas Cage?
No, I did not.
Okay. I used to work in a movie theater. I was a projectionist at a movie theater, and I had to screen prints before we showed them to the public to make sure that there was no errors, everything worked fine for it. I got the short end of the stick when I had to screen World Trade Center. Now, initially, everybody kind of knows what happened that day. I'm not going to get into that, but what I was anticipating was a movie more along the lines of, like, Backdraft, like a September 11th Backdraft. It's the firemen going in, rescuing people. I knew at some point the buildings fall down on them and they get trapped. I figured that was going to be like 2/3 of the way through the movie. Literally what happens in the first 20 minutes of the movie. Like, I don't even think they rescue one person. The buildings fall on them. So it's worse, and this is coming from a Kevin Smith fan. It's the worst scenery I've ever seen in a movie because it's 2 guys trapped under rubble for like an hour and 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. Just having a conversation.
Yeah.
Now, again, I mentioned, I'm a Kevin Smith fan. He's very heavy on conversation in his movies. That's what he relies on. So I can tolerate a good conversation for an hour. But this movie it killed me to watch. And it's not that I was desensitized to what happened. It was just, it was kind of boring. And at one point, Nicolas Cage sees a bright light. And I'm sitting in the theater, and there's one other guy with me, and it was us. It's like 2:30 in the morning. I go, Jesus? Right? And it turns out it actually is Jesus bringing him a bottle of water.
Okay. I'm good. I'm glad I didn't see this movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I don't think anybody wants to see it.
No. And I mean, I'm a fan of the TV show Rescue Me and Backdraft.
Rescue Me's good stuff.
I was kind of thinking it was going to be something along those lines.
Love my Dennis Leary.
And it was not anything remotely like that. It's like 2.5 hours long too. It's not a show. I mean, it could have been, but I kind of remember getting out of the theater as the sun was coming up. It just could have felt like it drug that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my first pick.
All right, pick number 2, coming from Tony over here again.
Hi,
I'm
Tony.
going to go with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. The one where they time travel? The one that nobody talks about. They're both giving me like this eyelid. They're going to punch
I
me.
grew up and liked those.
I
So.
love that movie.
The third one.
Yes, I
Did
love
you
all
like-
3 of them.
The second one's
I
not
like
that good
them all
either.
too.
Dude, what are you talking about?
The second one's okay.
Kevin Nash was Super Shredder.
He's okay.
Vanilla Ice.
No, the first one doesn't get enough respect. It's still looked at as like a kid movie. When like go if you haven't seen it, go back and rewatch it now.
Do you know what the problem with Ninja Turtles is? And as again, Ninja Turtles. We're a little bit older, so we might know. Ninja Turtles is actually a very graphic comic book.
Yeah,
They're murdering people for no reason. They just go on apeshit and killing people. By the time they started filming Ninja Turtles 1, they were repackaging it as a kids film, but they wanted to keep some of that edge from the initial comics in it.
See, I don't think
that's why it was a little.
I don't think they repackaged it as a kids film at all.
Well, that's what they tried.
That's what I'm saying. If you go back and watch it right now, that thing
I watched it like a week ago.
That movie's like it's sick.
Yeah.
What happens that is not meant for kids. I mean, Raphael's like on his deathbed for like 3/4 of that movie. There's like crazy fucking themes
I
and
know.
like it's a really messed up flick. And then you go to the second one, it's all like Kitty and fucking Toka and Razor and fucking. Then the third one's just atrocious with fucking Casey Jones just babysitting the four. The third one sucked. I don't know what either one of you are talking about. That movie is terrible. The first one's excellent. That movie still holds up.
Have you seen
20 fucking years
have
over
you seen-
20
have you
25
seen
years later?
What they are considering? Have you seen the fourth one?
The animated one, it's fine, but it doesn't count as part of the original trilogy.
I like the way it paid homage to it by following the story, and then the last scene when Shredder is putting the helmet or something on the mantle, and then you see the other ones.
Yeah,
that was cool.
The first one, that's got some like sick, twisted themes. Like April O'Neil's house gets burned down.
Yeah,
all right. I was too young for this. Like, I watched it, but like
they have to the turtles have to retreat. They have to like run away to the middle. Fucking, it's got like some sick, twisted adult theme. That's what I'm saying.
What about the fact that Shredder's recruiting kids?
Exactly.
You know, and they're smoking and shit.
It's a great fucking movie, even to this day. I mean, the second one, Michelangelo's chasing fucking the Foot Clan away with sausage on a fucking string. They're stupid.
All right, what's wrong with that?
And that whole scene with the fucking
they're
ooze,
vegetarians,
where they're sitting around they're playing like football with the ooze vibe. They're fine.
I still love it.
Those are laughably bad. They do not hold up like the first one. The first one is a great flick.
I
and
agree.
The second,
it's the same thing with Batman. Oh, here we go.
Hold on, we're still talking turtles. There's your second pick. That's fine.
No, that's not my second pick.
But the second one was okay. I actually do like The Secret of the Ooze.
Okay,
it's not, but it's not.
It's more commercial.
Yeah, and the third one's just junk. I don't even know how either one of you are defending that. That movie is.
You're also talking to the guy who
terrible.
owns.
I own all three.
No, who owns the live action TV show?
Do you really? I should burn that shit.
Yeah.
When they brought in the fifth turtle from the alternate dimension, her name was Venus de Milo.
I don't know this.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty big turtles fan. No, that's fine.
I'm going to show you a picture.
The third one was so dumb, and then like they tried too hard to be funny with that stupid shit. With what is
the new turtles, the live action turtles.
I actually want to find the original cartoon series on DVD.
No, you don't.
Why?
Because
I liked those.
I own my.
We should move on, or we're going to be on this fucking thing.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on. I'll make it quick. It was given to me as a gift the first season, and it does not hold up well.
Okay.
As far as like a lot of '80s animation, it does not hold up well.
Okay. 2.
There she is.
2. Troll 2. I
do remember that. What?
Troll 2.
Don't even know what that
by
is.
held as one of the worst movies of all time, and it's very rightly said. I watched about 20 minutes of it, and that's 20 minutes of my life I will never regret not having back.
That you will regret, you silly bastard.
Yeah, whatever. Just I'm spacing here, just thinking back at what the fuck was the movie about. No idea. Literally, oh my god, awful. If you just love awful movies, it is heralded as one of the worst of all time.
But now, is it so bad that it's considered good? No. So
no,
it's not
it's
like
just so bad because it's bad.
It's
and
not like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
No, I like that movie actually. That actually gave me nightmares as a kid watching that. Literally, it was on like I don't remember what it was on, but I was like, I don't know. I was already scared of clowns. I don't know why the hell I was watching that then. But yeah, terrible. I don't know what's about. Everything's annoying.
It's number 11 on this one.
Is it really?
Or 10.
10, yeah. Number 10 is... Well, he actually... Tony's looking up the worst movies of all time, and it is on the top 10 list, at least, on this site. But yeah, awful. Don't subject yourself to this shit. There's no nice way of saying it. Go ahead.
All right. So mine's going to seem like a cop-out, but I have a little bit of a story for it. My number 2 is Twilight. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Well, like I said, it's
no cop out. It's a shitty fucking.
Well, no,
movie.
but I mean, it's typical for people of our age to not be into it. But here's the thing: I wanted to give it a shot. Okay, I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Soul Plane was good.
It's fucking
Soul Plane was good, man.
So fucking bad.
How is Howard the Duck on there? Come on.
Oh my god,
dude! Any movie where a duck has sex with a blonde woman is awesome.
My buddy made me watch just that scene.
All right, but back to Twilight. So we kind of summed it up to the same way that there's the Buffy craze, or not the Buffy, the Harry Potter craze was going on. Kind of like it wasn't our demographic, but the story goes is on a Friday night we snuck out to Redbox, right? I jumped out of the car like we were getting like a porn or something, right? Swipe the card,
basically it.
Swipe the card, get the movie, run back to the house, close all the windows.
That's not true.
Make sure that nobody knew that we were, going to watch us. And 15 minutes into it, I was like, do you want to just put on Angel or Buffy? And she's like, well, we did pay $1 for it. So we sat there and we watched it. And the exact point when I knew 100% for sure that I wanted nothing to do with the series was the point when Edward is standing out in the woods and the sun is shining on him and he's sparkling and he goes, "Don't look at me. This is the face of a killer." I'm like, you twinkle toes bitch. and like, I don't remember how the movie ended because my brain just shut off at that point. I couldn't comprehend the movie any more than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number 2. So now it's back over to you.
I'm dicking around on this fucking listing, and it didn't come up on that. I don't want anybody to think I'm cheating here. I was just seeing what the rest of the world thought.
Cheater.
My third one is Indiana Jones 4.
Oh, that wasn't that bad.
That's Mark tapping, not me.
No, it was my pop bottle.
No, you shut up, sir.
It's terrible.
Oh, say
What the fuck? Okay.
the monkey thing was ridiculous.
The 2 parts of that movie
Hold on.
was... Oh, okay, go ahead.
Why the fuck did he go in a refrigerator to hide from an atomic bomb?
Well, that is a urban myth.
Yeah.
It's a fucking crock of shit.
It is. Mythbusters dedicated an entire episode to disproving that. But that was an urban myth. It was kind of a little bit of a joke-ish kind of thing with that.
What the hell was that crap at the end?
I don't remember. Oh, with the
alien-
What the hell was that?
yeah.
Why was it so focused on Shia LaBeouf?
Because he was
supposed
new
to
and cool.
Well, also too, originally, if the movie did well and was well received,
Yeah, he was going to take over.
he was going to take over.
Because he was popular for 5 minutes.
From
Yeah,
things
from
from fucking
Transformers.
Transformers. Bastards swinging from fucking vines.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't want to, like, because that the other 2 I was joking around about and having fun. I did dislike them. This one's going to get me upset. I don't want to talk about how bad this fucking movie is. I did not like the 4th.
no, I really wanted to like it.
I tried. I'm a huge Indiana Jones
Yeah.
fan. I went into it like, this is going to kick ass.
Yeah.
And I walked out like, what the fuck?
That was the year of, with Rambo and all the remakes from the classic ones were coming out. And it's like, they all sucked.
Rocky was the best, but it was still bad.
Yeah.
I don't even know these movies.
I know all of them.
They had The Room on here, but The Room is one of those movies that's so bad it's actually good.
I'm not even bat nipples. I'm not even going to go to it.
That's the number 1 worst movie
Batman
according
and
to this.
Robin.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin. That was a bad movie.
And I'm not even going to go to it. I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah. So I guess brings me to me.
Yeah, your third.
Third one, I really hated it, was Paranormal Activity 3. I really hated it.
I've never seen any of them.
I've never seen any of them. I got dragged there. I don't like possession movies. They freak me out like none other. I hated it. I was bored with it. Like, just like half the time the camera is like, you don't know what's going on because the camera is all the way off the other screen. Don't like how it was put together. I know that's their thing. Not for me. Really hated it. Everything about it makes me want to forget it.
Yeah, they're not that good. They're not that bad. They're just like there. I've seen them all because I. The problem is they're just so. It's too clear. Like, it's too clearly bullshit. Like, what they're trying to show you is like, oh my god, look what we caught on camera. It's just, it's too much. It's not.
It tries too hard to replicate.
I'd rather
Blair Witch.
I'd rather know that it's fucking fake, like Jason or how you know, and indulge myself that way as opposed to something that's trying way too hard to pretend that it really did happen, like Blair Witch did.
Yeah, but I mean, at least Blair Witch was original for what it was trying to do. In the moment, you know. Now
that's what it is. It's Blair Witch in somebody's house,
which is going to segue to mine, which is Cloverfield.
I didn't see that one. I don't know. I saw a movie like right after it that also used. Oh, it was Quarantine. Quarantine. Yeah.
I was going to be one or the other.
I actually liked Quarantine, but like the camera, first person camera.
That camera killed that movie.
Yeah, it does.
That movie would have been phenomenal had they held that camera still. And I don't get motion sickness at all.
I felt some.
And my girlfriend actually, like, not what was happening physically on the screen, but because of how much it was shaking, she couldn't finish watching the last 15 minutes of the movie. She had to leave.
That's why the Bourne Identities pissed me off a little. There's way too much camera bouncing.
But Cloverfield, I'm as much of a horror movie fan. I like giant monsters. As I mentioned, I have a bunch of Godzilla films. I've actually gone to the Godzilla convention.
Godzilla?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he still attacking Japan?
No, he hasn't since 2004.
I must have settled down and had some kids or something.
But they were trying to bring back the giant monster movie, and it had that. I mean, the story was kind of cool, where you didn't really know what the hell the monster was, and until the end, you didn't really get a good look at it. That aspect was cool. But again, that shaky cam and then the little scuttering things in the underground, and it was just like, you already have this giant mystery. You don't know why this thing's attacking the city. You're not explaining it. You don't need to get all crazy with like the little creatures and all the other shit. Yeah. It just didn't do it for me. It had potential, and I think that's why I hate it so much. Is it had potential to be like a update to the giant monster movie genre, if you will, like a la Godzilla movie, especially having it from the person's perspective, but it failed. Now there is a movie, and I believe it is on Netflix. It's called Monsters. The guy is now going to actually end up directing some big studio film. Check it out. It's awesome. It's from the perspective of the people. You don't see the monsters until the end. It's a lower budget film. It's like But it's almost done kind of like District 13. Yeah. It's kind of done like that. It's actually worth checking out because it's just the way that they presented it, the human perspective without really showing.
District 13 was cool. Like, that's like the news and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's what this does. And again, it's on Netflix, so I mean, the only thing you're paying for is a little bit of your time, and it's worth checking out.
Yeah.
All right, so...
rank my 3 shit movies that I thought of. Okay. Number 3, Indiana Jones. As much as I despise everything that is, it is the best of the 3 that I listed off.
I thought we were doing it in order of what we had. I did that, man.
Oh, no. I
didn't do it either. I was
just listing 3 crappy movies.
All right, so...
Number 2... I guess would have to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, even though I think it was the worst. Yes. I think it was the worst movie, but Halloween 2 is so bad, I shut it off. And I'm a big film buff. When I start a movie, I always finish it. Uh-huh. I always give everything an honest-to-God shot. I really do. It's one of 2 or 3 movies in my entire life that I just stopped. I'm just like, this is that fucking... And I've sat through some crap. I mean, I sat through Made in Manhattan. I've sat through... That's what I'm saying. I've sat through some shit. So, and I just turned... And I love horror movies. I just turned it off. And Michael Myers is my favorite of the big three, of Freddy, Michael Myers, and Jason.
So, I mean, obviously, I'm a little biased.
Why? You mean you like Freddy?
No.
Clearly, I know what you're talking about, Jason. Dick.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so that's my... Yeah, definitely the worst.
You did
my
yours in
3,
your
yeah, Paranormal, Troll 2, and I forget what it is. The first one.
Toxic Avenger.
That's how much you
Yeah,
hate
Toxic Avengers, yeah.
That's how much you hate
Mine, Cloverfield is number 3, because it's tolerable. World Trade Center is number 2, because again, it's just it didn't know that it was that bad. But
I thought it was good.
But number one was the steamy pile piece of shit. Twilight was the absolute worst.
You know what? I'm actually curious with what you were saying. I want you to give Buried a shot.
Buried?
Yeah, with Van Wilder. I can't think of his right
Yeah,
name. Ryan Reynolds.
He's buried.
The whole movie is him sitting in a coffin. An hour and 30 minutes of a guy laying in a coffin.
Okay,
talking on his cell phone.
I could do that. I can do that.
I enjoyed it, but I'm kind of curious your take on it because you hate that just two guys sitting around.
No. It's not that I hated the two guys in the conversation, because essentially two guys in a single frame having a conversation pretty much sums up Clerks. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Well, I agree.
But it's just the content and what they were talking about completely did not hold my attention at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're turning in late, this is a video game podcast.
It's turning into movies today. That's okay.
We should move on.
Yeah.
That was a good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
Thank you.
Good threesome. Whatever. Threesome.
Repeat.
It's a three-peat.
3 penis?
What do we got left then?
Tony's...
Oh, there's no more.
No.
That's it.
There's no doo-doo-boo-doo. Boo-boo-doo-boo-doo. Tony's topic of the week. Boo-doo-boo.
Worst one yet.
That was awesome. I was even swaying. Okay.
He got really close to me. Kind of creeped me out.
You liked it.
Everyone just looks at their feet now.
All right, peeps.
I'm not basically a marshmallow that expands in the microwave and... Oh, he's... Oh, okay.
And
apparently Jason
sure does.
also considers us a peep. I am not made from schmello.
But you got sunglasses on. What are you looking for?
Sunglasses.
All right. Today we're talking the crazy season. The craziest part of the year.
Oh, you mean when people start running around with no pants on?
Yes. The craziest part of the video game year is upon us.
Cue in Imperial Death March music.
Okay.
And I know a half hour of that.
I just totally kicked the
Tony
table.
would do it.
Tony sucks.
Oh, look at that.
Tony sucks.
It's probably fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
We give no fucks on this show.
Yeah. So, first question. We're gonna skip initial thoughts because I think it's gonna ruin too much on this particular topic.
Okay.
So, with Madden coming out in roughly 26 hours, Madden 13, is that, in your gentleman's opinion, is that the starting point of what they call the holiday rush in the video game world?
In terms of what I care about, no. In terms of sales, yes.
I'd have to agree. Because I give no fucks about Madden. Mm-hmm. But Madden typically does come towards the end of August, and then you'll get that first major release of the fall within the next 3 weeks.
Yeah. I agree.
Is how it happens in Borderlands.
Yeah, I agree too. I think Madden is what symbolizes. It's the first big.
It's the transition.
Yeah, it's the first big midnight of the year. It's always late August, and to me, you really only have September, October, and a few weeks in November. You do not want to release in December. That's just
it
self-sacrifice.
usually goes up to like the 15th of November.
It doesn't give people enough time. So that's what I'm saying. You only have your 2.
I retract that. The 20th.
Yeah. Still, nonetheless, you don't want to dip into.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
You don't want to dip into December. That's just fucking murdering yourself, giving yourself 2-3 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah, that's suicide.
Yeah, so you got September, October, and November. There's your 3 months, and August is over in 3 days. So this is, to me, Madden is what symbolizes.
Yeah. For me, it would have to be 9/11 for this year because that's the NHL launch date, and then after that, it's Borderlands, and you go from there.
Yeah, Borderlands.
Are either of you getting Madden?
I'm picking it up. Hopefully he doesn't listen to this, for my girlfriend's dad for his birthday, which is in 2 weeks.
Rock on.
So I have it
You'll
pre-ordered.
be playing?
Huh?
You'll be playing it?
No,
Are you coming to the launch?
I'm playing no football games.
Are you coming to my launch?
No reindeer games.
No, he's coming to my launch.
Why the hell would you
Actually,
go?
mine's at his store.
No, he's coming to my launch.
Sweet, I'll be there.
Then I'm gonna call you on the phone,
I
cancel
might.
over the phone.
I might. It depends. I'll be there for the other ones, but Madden, I mean,
I might show up to mine, but here's the fact: Guild Wars also launches tomorrow, basically tomorrow.
yeah.
But they're giving you like $48 blade after, and I open next day, so I'll probably just pick it up that day.
Yeah, I'm going. A, I'm working it, and B, not for Madden. If
Guild
you
Wars?
go back 10 episodes or so ago, we were talking about our most anticipated games of this year,
Smash
which
and
we're going to
Clank.
re-bring up. But yeah, one of my most anticipated games of this year, the Ratchet and Clank HD trilogy, Bougie Boo.
Launches against Madden?
It's coming
Yep.
against, it's
Along
going heads
with-
up, and it will take Madden. No, it's
No,
not.
along with Guild Wars, Infamous 1 and 2
It's a big-
collection,
yeah, it's
and God of War Psych, which is all 5.
Well,
It's
on
a
the
big
plus
fucking
side-
launch.
Well, I mean, on the plus side, though, I mean, you're talking about at least Sony had the right mind to, like, typically your Ratchet and Clank players aren't going to be the same as your Madden players.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Guild Wars, they
Who
give
am I
no
gonna,
fucks about
yeah,
football.
who am I going to roll? Like, they're talking about rolling over for this week, and like Guild Wars, try to get them for WoW. I wish I could wrote back an email. I would have just wrote down, Guild Wars players do not give one single fuck about WoW.
Yeah.
They don't. They're They're a different type
They
of
don't get
MMO
it.
player.
They don't
There's a
get it.
few
No.
that branch off in all of them, but literally those hardcore Guild Wars players have been playing since the original one came out in like 2003 or 4.
Also,
Yeah.
the guys over at Insomniac, they know Ratchet and Clank has a really loyal following.
Yeah.
I'm part of it. They could have launched against Call of Duty. The people who are going to buy both games will buy both games.
Oh, yeah, they'll know
like
that-
Madden is not going to take away sales
Yeah.
from Ratchet.
No,
the guys who are
it's completely different.
The
Shooters
people,
are different.
Yeah, the people who are getting Ratchet and Clank are getting Ratchet and Clank. It doesn't fucking
the only
matter.
downside to that is obviously what's going to be the biggest seller
Oh, yeah.
of August is going to be Madden, and it would have been nice because Ratchet and Clank has that following, and we'll be able to
It would have been nice to see maybe in
as number
June or
one.
July when it's boring.
Ratchet and Clank, I think we have less than 10 pre-orders at our store.
Yeah, me too.
And
You
I'm
don't get
one
a
of them.
lot. I mean, you don't get a lot, but you get a lot of people that buy it.
And plus it's the first HD remake that's launching at $29.99. They dropped the overall
Yeah.
price from $39.99.
Yeah, same God of War Saga.
That God of War one's actually pretty
So
cool
is
too.
Infamous too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw Infamous. I told you.
Yeah. But yeah,
already-
30
we already-
bucks for $30 for 5 games of God of War is freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
really
so
good
if you've lived under a rock for the past 10 years, go pick up God of War collection.
Yeah, so to me, the big list of pre-ordered games I had starts tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, mine
It's
too.
not Madden symbolizes it, but it's not particularly for Madden. So we're all kind of in agreement on that, yeah?
We're all picking up at least one game tomorrow-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it depends on when you... Yeah, I'm trying to forward compatible this for the listeners to listen after this.
Yeah.
Okay, what games, you guys can go plural as many as you want, are you guys, I know we've probably touched on them
Yeah.
here and there throughout the casts,
What do we
but this is
pick
our
up?
one organized time to fucking really
Time to
jump into it. What are you guys really looking forward to this, from now through Christmas?
Well, I'm already playing Guild Wars, so
Yay!
it doesn't launch officially yet, but I'm looking forward to Guild Wars too. I got about 5 hours into it already or so. But literally after that, it's going to be about Borderlands for me. On top of that, it's going to be, I think Dishonored is going to be my October pick, and my November one is definitely going to have to be Halo. I'll get one a month in there for you.
Am I supposed to do this in order?
Matters not.
I
Okay.
just put down the
Because,
best ones each week.
GameStop has that awesome app, which I can see all my pre-orders.
God damn it, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
On Android?
Nope. I guarantee I can show you mine. Doesn't have any
Yeah.
of those on there,
Fucking A.
basically.
I'm going to borrow yours because I think we have a lot of similar...
No, it's going to
Ow.
take too long to log in.
No, I'm not going to... I'm just going to borrow your list.
All right.
I think we have a lot of similar... It's going to
Because I
trigger
think
stuff in
this
my head.
actually did it in the order of which I pre-ordered it.
Yes.
Resident Evil 6.
Okay.
And nobody else. Okay.
No, I do not.
Black Ops 2. That's
Garbage.
No, hold on. It's again. I share a lot of games with my girlfriend's father, that is one that he will play. I might try it just for the sake of trying it, but that's more for him. Skip over that one because that one's not mine. Borderlands 2. Yeah. That's probably ranking wise. That's my number one for this holiday season for me.
Also, it's nice because I really haven't done a 360 multiplayer game in so long. So Borderlands is.
How do you think I feel? I've been offline for a month.
Yeah,
You better get
you're
that
used
taken
to
care
it.
of before.
You're not gonna know what to do with online once you get it back.
It's going to be brand new to me. Need for Speed Most Wanted. I actually...
Criterion's back in.
Yeah. I think I touched base on it a while back. I love Burnout, and Most Wanted was my last favorite Need for Speed game.
Yeah.
So these two coming together is awesome. This one, I don't know if it's coming out this year.
What we got?
Lego Lord of the Rings, is that this year?
Yeah, it will be this year.
Yeah.
I believe they're aiming for October.
Yeah, I've played every single Lego game that has come out. NBA 2K13, just because I have to. Because thanks to 2K10, 10? 11? Which one was Jordan?
11 and 12.
Well, 11 was when he started.
Yeah.
I'm now back into playing the basketball games and actually watching basketball again.
How dare you do that,
Yeah.
2K?
James Bond, 007 Legends. That's another one that I'm going to share with my girlfriend's dad, but I will definitely be trying that one out once he's done. Sorry, Tony. Halo 4.
Mm-hmm.
I got to add that one in.
What are you sorry about?
Oh, because
We're all going to be...
I thought we were going to talk about it, and I was going to try to save that one for you.
Oh,
a little
no,
bit.
by all means.
No, I put on Halo and Borderlands already.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're just copying me at this point.
Yeah, copycat. Just because I buy these games, I actually pre-ordered the Angry Birds trilogy.
Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I bought Plants vs. Zombies on my Xbox. I said, what the hell, why not? You know, I know EA will get most of the money, but, you know, okay, get a little bit. And then the one that's not on here is I'm finally joining in with you guys on those HD remakes, is the Dragon Ball.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The,
Dragon Ball HD remix.
Budokais.
It's 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Not
2?
No, not 2. 1 and 3. Because nobody liked 2. 2 was kind of the weird one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I told somebody that was probably going to be all 3. But
No, you lied.
I lie all the time.
Yeah,
That's what happens.
Fucking liar.
They think I'm knowledgeable.
I think that's everything for me. I might be missing one or two little things.
Aside from the Ratchet and Clank, which I already discussed, and Borderlands 2, which you guys have both hit on, which I'm super stoked about.
Yes!
Those are the earliest ones.
We're going to play naked together.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Borderlands now.
I also got Sony Smash Brothers. I'm actually looking really, really forward to
I love how that name's called on lately. It's great.
That's a maybe for me.
No, I've already got...
For
So
me,
you get a free Vita copy.
yeah, that's like half because that was one of those things like, oh, I'll pick it up, whatever.
Now
But
you
now they're
get
like
2 copies
pre-ordered
of it?
and you get it on both systems. I'm like, fuck yeah.
if I get
Yeah.
enough, I mean, I don't do a lot of gaming on my PS3, and I do even less multiplayer on my PS3. But if enough people that I know get it, then I'll probably pick it up just for the hell of it.
Dude, it's gonna be Smash Brothers that you can play from the comfort of your own home. We don't have to all be sitting next to each other on a GameCube. You know what I mean? It's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm actually getting blops on the Vita and the fucking Xboxes.
I know you do it for the campaign, so I won't.
I do.
I won't hate on you.
Yeah, I do it for the campaign.
You said doo-doo.
I fucking get them every year. I don't care, dude. We talk bad about them because they piss us off, but I get them virtually every year. Obviously, I'm getting Halo 4. That's probably my most anticipated game outside of Ratchet and Clank, but they're separated by 4 months.
Did you listen to the soundtrack at all?
Of what?
Halo 4?
I have not.
No, it's out.
Yeah,
Fuck
I did.
me. I gotta check them shits out.
Yeah. Achievement list is out also.
I did see that.
Thanks, Major Nelson.
I'm looking forward to the some of the co-op named achievements because my buddy Joe, I've run through every Halo with him since the beginning of time, and there's a couple of them like Brotacular, and they're just like they're play on
Kind
words.
of like what they did with Gears too.
Yeah, play on words with bro.
What was that one?
Bromageddon
There's,
and
yeah, 3
weird
of
stuff
them.
like that. Yeah. I'm also
Really quick, before we get off of Halo, they said that the Spartan Ops is going to be longer than the entire campaign for ODST.
ODST,
Yeah.
I did read that as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking. Halo 4 is shaping up to be
They're
everybody knew it was going to be
packing a lot into that game.
Yeah.
because they got a lot to live up to.
I agree.
They got to shut. This is the game.
Robert Englund proportions of what they've got to live up to.
Yeah, they got to shut everybody up right now with that Bungie cap. If this thing comes out and people are just like, "Hey, it was just about as good as Reach," everybody will shut up from that
yeah.
point. That's all they have to do.
Again, I've played all the Halos. I've even read the books. I'm not that much of a diehard Halo fan. My girlfriend is, and she didn't even realize that Bungie's not doing this one. That's how well they're doing so far.
Yeah.
She's like, "What the hell do you mean Bungie's gone?" I'm like, "Where the hell have you been?"
Yeah, I know,
Bungie's
right?
making a whole new game.
Yeah. Take that, Bungie.
The other two big games I'm getting, Ass Creed 3 and Ass Creed on the Vitas.
I'm very meh on that
Nah.
one just yet. It looks good. It looks a lot better. But Revelations put such a bad taste in my mouth because it was... Oh, wait, we're not doing the worst games.
Here's the thing. I loved Assassin's Creed 2.
Well, it was good.
And Brotherhood was like, okay.
Okay,
whatever.
Brotherhood was the best from the series. You shut your mouth, good sir.
Okay. I think it was Assassin's Creed 2. See,
Revelations.
I'm sitting in the middle.
Revelations didn't look good either. I wasn't excited for any of these. I just liked Assassin's Creed 2, and I've been waiting for Assassin's Creed 3 to come out. It's totally different. This thing looks great. Go ahead. I know you got to rant a little.
Okay. I was just going to say, Revelations is crap, and it's put such a bad taste in my mouth that I'm very sketchy about this. I don't know why. Like, everything I see about it looks good. Nothing seems bad about it, but it just... That game was so bad, I don't even think you deserve my money. Also for the fact that the last 2 Assassin's Creeds that have come out, within the first month,
They dropped to $40.
Dropped to $40. So,
That's
really don't...
Ubisoft in general.
Yeah, I really think I will not pick that up in the... Like, I have pre-ordered. I probably won't pick that up for a long time, though. Like, I really think, like, I'll wait for my employee appreciation week.
You're not supposed to say that.
I won't pick that up until my employee appreciation week, or if it goes on sale, because then I'll get an extra, and then I'll do it then.
I don't think I'm getting it right away either. I am looking forward to it. There's too much coming out, and we're going to get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
The Last of Us is one of my other most anticipated games.
To be next year.
Really?
Yeah. That's not hitting this year at all.
No, definitely not.
Them, forget that. We're not going to talk about them shits.
Womp womp.
I bet you're about to say Watch Dogs too, because that's like 2000.
No, I didn't bring that one up.
Okay,
I
that's
kept quiet.
like 2014.
I did. I
so.
do have to hold back from Tomb Raider and stuff because those all got pushed back as well. But aside from that, I'm really stoked about the James Bond.
Our correspondent would like to mention Hitman.
Hitman.
I didn't say Hitman either. The only reason I didn't mention Hitman is they're doing what James Bond did, surprisingly, since we brought that up. They're taking Ubisoft's tech, which is the Splinter Cell Conviction engine, and they're putting it into a game, and they're... So far, like, I don't know yet, because literally, if you look at... which one was it? Was it Bloodstone? I think it was Bloodstone. Look at... Okay,
What are you asking? I know I'm all cold.
Okay,
What are you asking me?
Compare... Take a gameplay video of Splinter Cell Conviction, Bloodstone, and Hitman Absolution, and try and find differences for me.
Yeah. Okay. Rock on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I know Quantum of fuck. I kicked the table again.
Yeah.
Quantum of Solace ran off a different engine because that was
Yeah, they've been changing it.
Well, no, Treyarch made that game, so
Yeah.
they were running it off the COD engine.
Yeah.
So they got 60 frames a second, but it looked a little rough around the edges
Yeah.
like Call of Duty does. Bloodstone was really clean because they used a completely different
Yeah,
engine
they
for it.
used,
But
Ubisoft one.
the story alone, I talk about this all the time too. I'm a big James Bond nerd, so this to me,
I'm a big Hitman fan, too,
Yeah,
and I'm worried about this one.
Oh, I'm not worried at all. This is going to kick fucking ass. James Bond games don't get that well received. They don't.
GoldenEye did pretty well, rating-wise.
That was-
when it came to the consoles,
That,
excluding the Wii.
yeah. That's actually the worst one they've made in a long time. Was the HD remake of GoldenEye? If you ask me, it's the worst James Bond they've made in a long fucking time.
I actually enjoyed that one.
It's the ones like I think the best the standout generation was last generation, the PS2 Xbox original Xbox generation. That's when they pumped out the best James Bond games for me. But they've been doing an okay job this generation, and I always have blinders on. I go into them like, this is going to kick so much ass. So even though other people don't enjoy them and they don't sell very well, I always love them.
Yeah.
I just love James Bond. I don't care.
I'll go on my Hitman rant. I became a Hitman fan the second Blood Money came out, because literally that game, that was one of the few games I go back to play still. I've played in the last month, actually. It's so freaking good, but it's been so long since it came out. I want to say maybe 2007. Might have been 8 or 9. It might have been 2009, if anything. Between that range. It's been so long since it's actually come out. I'm scared to see how they've tried to age it, because while Blood Money is aged extraordinarily well, they're going in. The gameplay of it is just complete. It's so fast because they're using the Conviction engine. Conviction engine is meant for fast gameplay. Hitman has never, ever been like that. But the reason that could work is Splinter Cell was never like that either. Splinter Cell was always slow-paced. Conviction came out a lot faster paced. It worked out perfectly for them. So this game could end up amazingly for them, but it's still one of those, I want to see how it is. I'm still picking up Hitman, definitely. It fell outside of my top 3 coming out this year.
Rock on.
Borderlands.
Yeah,
I'm
Borderlands.
sorry. You were saying earlier, I have tunnel vision just straight towards Borderlands. That's all I'm looking forward to. I have a list and I have other games, but right now I am solely focused, as much as I was about Gears 3, about Borderlands right now. So
I actually have one more. It's not like, it's definitely lower on my list, but I am looking forward to it. And that's Forza Horizon. Not because I'm looking super forward to it, but because I'm looking forward to seeing what Turn 10 does outside of them following their track record, which is what they've done through
the main
Forza.
series.
Yeah, 1 through 4. I want to see what they do with this spin-off series and what the hell it's all about.
Yeah,
I don't
could
get
have
it.
something interesting about it.
Yeah, I'm just giving them my money because I like Turn 10 and I'm trying to support them and I want them to succeed and so on and so forth. And I'd rather have had Forza 5, but I'm curious enough. I pre-ordered it. I want to give them my money, and I want to see what they could do with this. It might suck and it might bomb. I really don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
But I'm curious enough to bite. So that's definitely lower on my list though than most other games I listed off.
What else we got to talk about today?
Okay, with all that craziness, I know some of our stuff's going to overlap now. Clearly, no person, unless you're super fucking rich or you get the games given to you, can accumulate every single thing that's coming out. We talked about it just within 2 days.
I mean,
in 2 days, there's 5 games launching, right, on the 28th.
Yeah.
So clearly, some big name titles are going to not.
Yeah, and they're going to have to
You're not
wait
going to
for
be
their
able.
sales.
What are you guys skipping on that are these big ones?
Assassin's Creed, because of Dishonored coming out within 1 month of Assassin's Creed coming out. I'm probably going to skip on Assassin's Creed because I really think Dishonored is going to get reviewed. Assassin's Creed is going to do good. I just think it's going to be so recycled. I don't know, from what I've already done in it. Dishonored is completely new to me. I'm going to skip on Assassins and go for Dishonored, I think.
Any other big one, or do you want to do one at a time?
Yeah,
because for me, I'm actually on the opposite end of that. I think I will get Dishonored eventually. It's going to be my Saints Row this year. Saints Row I didn't grab until early this year, as opposed to getting it late last year.
Yeah,
and I regret it because it ended up being such a great game. That's what I think is going to happen with Dishonored. I don't have it pre-ordered. I'm probably going to get it when it's $30-$40 next year.
Yeah, so
I'm going to play it. I'm like, wow, I probably should have got this right away.
Yeah,
that's one of the ones I think I'm going to pass over.
The only good thing about me is like my Assassin's already has like $10 on it. Like all my other games are paid off because like I pay them. I put like $10 down every for
couple weeks to get
a couple weeks, and like literally I have about $100 left to pay on all my games, and I'm probably picking up like 7 or something.
I'm in the same boat because I don't want to take that hit all at one time.
Yeah,
whenever I got 20 extra bucks, I'm at work. I'm like, here, put this toward a game.
Yeah,
you know
so
what I
like
mean?
I'm not in a bad boat at all in terms of money. And I really think that if I just wait for that $20, $10 price drop on Assassins, that always comes. I'll pick it up then. So I don't know if I'll wait till like next year, but it probably won't be a main focus game for a while for me.
Yeah. Do you have one yet, or are you still thinking?
No, mine's a little different. Because of like me being such a gamer and like going crazy and buying games like I used to and everything, and kind of working where I've worked for the past 10 years, I'm very, very selective over what I buy. It's really got to hit home for me to be able to pre-order it and actually waste time picking it up and everything like that. So I'd say everything on my list that is for me, I'm planning on getting. There's so much stuff that I skip over. Assassin's Creed, not for me. Dishonored, not for me. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to, pick them up like a year from now if I'm bored. No, I'll give them a shot. But there's just everything that I've got, I know I want. And I made mention of it before. That's kind of going to carry me into the next step.
Yeah. Another couple for me, right off the top of my head, is Hitman. I'm probably going to grab that eventually. And Resident Evil 6 is another one that I know that you're picking up, and I couldn't give a fuck less about that.
That's fine, game, I got Andy to play through it.
No.
There's a possibility that I would pick that one up later.
I don't think I'll ever.
It's not. Resident Evil's never been a huge favorite. I liked 5. I looked back at the old ones to see, hey, again, I like 5. I was like, okay, maybe I'll go back and see what the other series like. None of it really else interests me, so 6 is a possibility for me. When Raccoon City came out, I thought about getting it. And
ugh, horrible.
No, nothing else came out of it, really.
I don't think I'm ever going to go back and play that.
Yeah, that would be my next summer's game might be Resident Evil 6. So next summer, maybe pick it up and maybe play with me.
Yeah.
Rock on. Yeah, we can play that later.
Yeah.
Screw you guys.
Somebody
to play online with me, fine.
Yeah.
Right. Man.
Funny enough, because we're talking about South Park, if you look right back there, for my birthday, my sister got me these little figurines by...
which we mentioned last week.
Yeah, I actually got Kyle, and I also got Stan, who is right next to him. I don't think Jason can see him, but... And I also got Quagmire. Nice. But yeah, it's a cool guy. I forget what his series is called, but yeah, he just does little figurines of everything. And they're pretty
fucking
sweet.
A.
I collect them.
Now, since we talked about our personal slipping through the cracks, what do you guys think the industry as a whole, like the general population... Some games just don't... They're gems, but they just don't sell. What do you guys think's going to...
fall into that category?
Because clearly all these games are not going to sell 50, 60 million units.
I really think Dishonored is going to fall into that. I don't have that many pre-orders in my store. It's going to be a good game. I've seen everything about it for the most part, and it's going to be a Hitman / Assassin's Creed. Right off the bat, that should hit a lot of people. Blood Money has done fantastic over the years. Their sales, the pre-owned from them, I know they don't get the money from it, but that game is, it's constantly being bought. And this is a mix of, two great series, and it's going to fall through the cracks because of the amount of... First off, both of those games are coming out this year, and also just the fact that... I just don't think it's a good time for it. I think it should have been earlier spring, later, whatever. But yeah, I think that's going to fall through the cracks, and hopefully the only thing that's going to save that game is if 9s come out of that review. If it's getting constant 9s, any game that gets constant 9s, pre-orders are usually crap on it, and generally that week, Catherine was the exact same way.
People come back and buy it.
Yeah, Catherine got 9.5s, and that game, maybe 10 pre-orders. Fantastic sales of that. It was hard to find anywhere. If Dishonored can pull that off with their reviews, literally that game will fly off the shelves, but that's a hard order.
Yeah, that game does look very interesting. For me, it's another one that it's one of the ones I forgot to mention during my most anticipated, and that's Medal of Honor. I think that game is not going to fare very well. It'll make enough for them to keep the franchise going.
EA's been trying to defend the fact that they already announced Battlefield 4.
That's another thing that's going to kill them. It's dude, are you kidding? How do you announce your next game? That'd be them announcing Modern Warfare 4 before Black Ops comes out.
Well, yeah, it's the exact same thing. And literally, the problem with it is the premium service that just came out. That and the fact that only half the DLC for Battlefield 3 is even out yet.
They're burying themselves.
Yeah, they have Medal of Honor coming out. Literally, their last content will be coming out after Medal of Honor comes out. They actually, but then this week they've been trying to defend themselves, saying that even after the premium service ends, they still plan on actually coming out with content for a while longer. But literally, it was a shot in the foot to them. I think a little bit. I don't know how much it's going to affect them, but. You should have kept that under wraps for longer. I know it's the cool pre-order benefit of Medal of Honor to help their sales. But literally, okay, Splinter Cell did the exact same thing. Pre-order Splinter Cell and you got the Ghost Recon beta. It took almost a year for the actual beta to come out. Literally, no one had the game still.
The thing is, unless you're like me and you play all shooters, most shooter fans are the bro gamers, and they're on one side or the other.
Bro.
They're either the COD or the Battlefield. Okay.
Yeah.
The guys who play Medal of Honor, I know because it's still a community, and I still play that game all the time. I still frag on that shit. It's fun. Those guys don't play Battlefield. They're different games. Battlefield is large.
No, and they're trying to play it off like it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's huge, large scale battles with fucking vehicles.
Yeah.
COD is more arcadey and fast-paced. Medal of Honor is different. It's just a different shooter.
Yeah.
all together. And it's got the smallest fan base, but they're loyal, and they like the game the way they want it. They don't... Like, I remember when the reboot happened from this Medal of Honor. People, the real Medal of Honors, stayed away from it for 2 or 3 weeks because it came out 3 weeks before Call of Duty. They bought it, they set up their private games, and they played the campaign, and they stayed away from the multiplayer until Call of Duty came out, because then the whole community, that bullshit community that was just looking for something to hold them off, all left and went to Call of Duty. And then that's when it really picked up, because you had too much bullshit spawn campers and fucking sniper campers, and that shit ruins the game, and that's why Call of Duty's not fun.
I really think that the reason EA is trying to defend themselves, they're trying to explain what they're doing. I think that they know that they do have this different community base. I mean, they have to. I really think the reason that the premium service is extending for like a year and a half is because of the extra content they're going to come on. Because basically, they're going to try and run two of main series at once. You're going to have Medal of Honor, going to be their smaller one. They're going to have content coming out for that. And then you already have the Battlefield 3 premium service, which is also coming out with 3 extra packs. I think one's coming out like this upcoming month. And then they have like 2 or 3 other ones I can't remember at this point. So like they're going to try and keep that game alive for like 2 years. Something Call of Duty, like... I mean, they just end support the second, the month before the other one comes out. They're going to keep their support going for like 2 years. I don't know if they're going to try the same with Medal of Honor, but,
Medal of Honor still gets patched.
Yeah, well, I mean, like...
The guys over at Danger Close...
Well, if they try and keep it, like, going for, like, 2 years or something like that.
The guys... Danger Close, they're the guys who made the Medal of Honor reboot. That was their first big shot. They were a small developer before that. That was, like, their game. They're like, here's your chance, guys. So they've been taking really good care of it. It gets patched all the time. It's a really good game. I still play it. It's a shitload of fun.
Yeah.
Now they're getting the full reins, because when they made that, DICE actually made the multiplayer. Created it. Danger Close withheld it, or like maintained it rather.
Yeah.
But now Danger Close is getting the reins. They're getting everything for the second one, and it looks like they're doing a lot of cool stuff with how they're divvying up the different factions, where you could represent the different elite squadrons from around the world. Like you can pick to be the SEALs,
like exclusively like them. Like would you only be the SEALs? That's how they're doing.
No. There's like 12 factions. There's like 3 of them from the United States. One's the SEALs. One's the Green Berets.
I was just thinking if they're doing like a Starhawk thing where you get, like chose your race or your faction, and then you play for them like the whole time or whatever.
You do play for whoever you pick. You could pick
that's what I was trying to say.
You could pick like the Russian. I can't think of what they're called right now. The Special Forces from Russian.
Yeah, the SAS. I think. No, that's British. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, there's like the countries around the world have their Special Forces unit, and you pick who you want to run with, and that's your team kind of.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it seems like they're doing some good. They're doing some good things. I just think they're gonna.
I just don't think people. I don't know. For Medal of Honor might be different. I don't think people really care about if like literally you don't really see it. Like
I don't think people give a shit. No. I just hope it sells enough where they keep it going, because Medal of Honor is unique. They're like the Battlefield campaigns blow. Medal of Honor are the realistic ones, while Call of Duty gets your adrenaline pumping. They're different.
Yeah.
And to me, the bad companies are the funniest.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And you get the most attached to the individual characters. So they're all different, even though they're, what have you, based on the same ideas. But it'd be a shame if Medal of Honor failed after this, because they're the ones that brought military shooters to stardom.
Oh, yeah,
back
definitely.
in the day. It was Medal of Honor.
Yeah, with Frontline.
Yeah, that's responsible for all of this. And then fucking... I don't know, just because they're focusing too heavily on other stuff, or they're advertising, they're giving all their advertising bucks to Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 instead of pushing Medal of Honor at all, and then it's going to suffer because of that. That's not fair either. It's like give it its fair shake.
So I've got one to add in, but one that the industry might let slip through the cracks, and it kind of plays back on what you were talking about before. It's actually currently listed as releasing on December 4th.
They're fucked.
Ooh. What is it?
Far Cry 3.
Oh. That game's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
That game got pushed back a couple times already. That game, the problem with that game is I don't think it's ready. But if they push to quarter one, they're fucked, because all the big, like, huge games got pushed to quarter one. We almost have like a second Christmas season.
I don't think all those are going to fall into that season though.
What do you think? They're going to get pushed back further?
Just some of them, not all of them.
I don't think so.
I think one or two will fall back.
I think the industry knows that come June, the new consoles are getting announced.
Oh, here we go again. No,
So
I'm
if you don't announce pre-June, or if you don't release, excuse me, not announce, if you don't release pre-June
Of next
you're,
year.
you're murdering yourself because the new consoles are getting announced,
Possibly.
and you're like, hey, we're still coming out on this console.
Depends on if they hit holiday next year or if they hit, early 2014.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think Far Cry is in a bad spot because they were supposed to
that's a
release.
good one.
They were supposed to release like August or March, or excuse me, August or September, right?
Yeah, something
Then
like
they got pushed back, and like December's like scary.
Yeah, that's not a release month as it hasn't been.
There's one other one, which we haven't touched base on. I don't think we're going to talk about it too much, but Epic Mickey 2. Now it's going to be on multi-platform, and it's coming out November 18th. Mm-hmm. And, the first one was kind of a big deal. This one, I think, is kind of getting lost a little bit in the shuffle of everything else that was going on.
I'm getting it used one day.
Yeah.
I talked about this a few times on the podcast. I loved the first one, and if the pre-order bonus got announced that the first one was coming as an HD remake for download, I'd pre-order that shit right now. Like if the only fault that Epic Mickey 1 had was it was on the Wii.
Yeah.
And it looked like crap. It did. You know?
Fair enough.
If that was on the Xbox or the PS3, that would have been it would have sold more. It would have been more well received. Everything would have helped it out if that game came to the PS3 and the Xbox. That was its only downfall.
Yeah.
And it was so good that I sat through it. That's how good. Like, because you guys know I hate fucking motion gaming.
Yeah.
So for me to sit there and play a motion gaming game, it has to be that good. It has to be on par with Mario Galaxy or fucking
Zelda.
Skyward Sword or something. That's how good Epic Mickey was.
Skyward Sword.
Huh?
Nothing. Nothing.
All right, cool. You got any other games?
No, that's. For me, that would be, the
Yeah.
ones.
That's a
slip
good
through the
one. I'm
cracks.
glad you mentioned that.
All right, yeah, I don't know if this is kind of going to bleed over because we kind of hit on some of it. For the individual games, which games you guys feel is the most important that they do well? Like they could be on the verge of being shut down, or like which game is like really, really got it all on the table? Because I mean, if Call of Duty sells 20 million less units,
they'll be all right.
Activision's not shutting down. They'll make Call of Duty next
year.
You know
would
what
have
I mean?
to say Dishonored and Far Cry. Far Cry, I mean, second one did good, but this could be an immense flop for them depending on, I don't think it would be a series killer. I really don't think the series has been that good. I apologize to my friend Kellen. He's a huge Far Cry fan, but literally, I just don't think the series has ever been something extraordinary. I really think that this is their kind of all, they put a lot of work into this.
It's a B title.
Yeah, I guess you could say
what it is.
Yeah. Dishonored, same thing. That thing's been in development for, I think, 5 years. Literally, that thing, it needs to come out. And it really could be a franchise if it does well.
Yeah.
For me, and it's not necessarily. I'm going to take it in a slightly different direction. I think, like we talked about a little bit before, is 343's really got to hit home with Halo.
They really do.
They do.
I was going to say it if you didn't, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'll let you touch base on it. I mean, we kind of talked on it a little bit.
We talked about it a little bit.
We talked a lot about it,
If this game doesn't come out, and it's going to get criticized no matter what. Like this game, no matter what, is going to have those guys that come out there and just bitch because it's not Bungie. But if you go back, every game Bungie made wasn't perfect. ODST had a lot of flaws. Fucking Reach got eventually patched. It was pretty broken when it came out. But Bungie was not they were not on the pedestal that everybody held them up to. Yeah. They're a great developer, and I love everything that they make. But give 343 a fair shake.
I think the other one for me would have to be Gearbox for the one reason of they've always kind of been around, but now with how well they've been doing, they kind of got pushed not all the way to that like top tier, but they're there.
I disagree. I think they are that top tier.
Okay, well, I was trying. I didn't want to oversell them.
Borderlands came out. Nobody knew what the fuck it was. That game blew up after the fact. Mm-hmm. There was no advertising. There was no. Borderlands was not a big deal.
It was that commercial that got you.
Yeah.
Then they came out, and it was word of mouth, and that shit spread like wildfire.
Exactly, and so now they're up there, and if this one even how awesome it looks and how much they're showing it and they're not hiding anything. If it fails, I think that's going to knock them back down a peg.
Yeah. This game,
they still do have Aliens Colonial Marines for next year, too.
We're not talking about that game because I've had that game pre-ordered for 3 years.
Okay. Under 3 different developers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think they really have to come out.
They've
and
got
knock this
quite
out
a bit
of the park.
riding
But I
on
think they're going to, as long as they don't stray from the formula. People just want more Borderlands.
Yeah.
You don't have to be super inventive or innovative and do all this crazy shit. You don't need it.
At first, when they said that we couldn't play as the original 4, I was like, "What the fuck?"
All you need is more.
I'm okay with it.
That's all you need is more Borderlands.
Yeah, and I think in order for them to continue and continue and this be a franchise, this one's really got to step it up over the first one. And
I think
looks
it
like
will.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, every indication looks like it's.
I'm very confident in that game knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
That's why I don't even think.
But if there's something in there like a bug or something that they didn't catch and they can't patch it quick enough or something, and it knocks them down, it's going to be kind of hard to go back.
I mean, there's definitely some people who held off on buying Skyrim because, people ask, how is it? I'm like, well, there's a few bugs right now. I'm like, okay, I'll wait.
Yeah.
For me, the first one I wanted to talk about is Sony Smash Brothers. I'm trying to look up who the fuck the developer is. I can't remember. This is their first main shot at this, and this is clearly, they're not even hiding it. This is clearly a Nintendo clone.
There's no way to hide that.
Everything about it's a ripoff. They're being criticized about it from the very beginning. But if this thing comes out, if this game doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's just acts as fun as it should, and comes out, this could be the start of what Smash Brothers is to Nintendo for Sony. This can develop into a every 2-3 years they come out with a new one of these, and Sony could do this through the PlayStation 8. They could keep doing this, and eventually the new kids that come out will forget that this was.
Ton of new IPs coming out. So
I'm actually surprised it took them this long to get there.
I do too, actually, because they have a ton of.
I could even see them
characters.
doing something like a more traditional style fighting game using some of their more serious IP characters.
Yeah. This game looks like a blast. It doesn't take itself too serious. It looks like a lot of fun. The environments come out and attack you. It actually looks more in depth than Smash Brothers.
You shut your mouth.
What's in it is a little bit more. I don't know. That could be a turnoff or something better for some people. So
yeah. But the problem is, I never heard of these guys, which is why I've been looking up their fucking development name.
Yeah.
And if this doesn't do very well,
they're out. On their ass.
Especially the way Sony drops developers like fucking flies right now.
Because they have surplus.
They have so many people. So it's like if you come out with a game that just doesn't do very well.
Zipper.
Yeah. Well, Zipper struck out
Bye-bye.
2 in a row. That's what happened.
Womp, womp.
Unit 13 didn't do good, and SOCOM 4, which wasn't their fault because of the PSN outage.
Womp,
2
womp.
flops in a row, you're fucking done.
Yeah.
But these guys, and Zipper had the pedigree before that. So for Sony to drop somebody that good, these guys have no pedigree. So if the first game sucks, it's just like later, guys.
Where's my new Jet Moto?
I don't know.
Another big one, I kind of touched on it already too. I think Medal of Honor has to do well. I think that's already doomed for failure from the beginning. But as long as it makes a few $1 million, I don't think EA would get rid of it. I just think
it might go to sleep again for a while.
That game can't lose money. It cannot. Or Danger Close is done. Those guys have to turn some profit, even if it doesn't make $1 gazillion. It's fine because I think EA, as much as everybody hates them, they're one of the few franchises I think is most in tune with some of their smaller games that have communities. They get it. They understand. They've come out many times. They understand that there's a big following. Like people want Bad Company 3.
Except for the Secret World. I don't know where the hell that came from.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know. EA came out with a weird game. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm talking about when they do come out with those smaller games.
Yeah, I was just...
And they realize they have big followings. Activision just closes games that even sell big.
Yeah,
they have... Oh, you only made us $1 million, not
Activision
a gazillion.
Has like
Fuck you.
280 different games or something that they could possibly do. Like, they have a ridiculous...
Yeah, but they don't get it that people... Even if it's a smaller group.
Yeah, they just have trademarks like that.
Why would you as a bigger company turn down games that... Sure, maybe it only sell 500,000 or 600,000 copies, but if you keep development costs low enough where it could still turn a profit, EA seem to me at least. I'm not basing this off facts or anything.
Seem as much of the bad guy as they used to.
Yeah.
Now Activision looks like the bastards.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're a little bit more in tune with
But they still have the golden pool.
The community wants this or they want that. We should at least allow
Yeah.
it. So I feel that if
Instead
Medal
of
of Honor
pull a
makes,
Rockstar.
if they make
Max Payne.
some money, they'll be okay, and this
Yeah.
can continue onward because they need it.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Yeah.
What
Need
else
some
we got?
shit to keep them on their toes. Aside from that, I mean, we could just do some final thoughts. Unless you guys had another couple
No.
games that you think really need to. I think there's more than we're addressing.
Oh, yeah.
I think
you know.
I think there's one other one that I'm going to bring up because I actually forgot to mention it on my list, and neither of you guys are going to give a rat's ass. But there's the new WWE game coming out, which is a THQ game. Typically, they do okay. They do, they make their money. But I think this year they need to do a little bit more. It's the highest pre-ordered wrestling game of all time already.
Yeah.
It's also like the most packed one that might bring back fans that haven't been around in years because it's the Attitude Era game. So it's all the guys from the late 90s are going to be in it and everything. So I think this one actually needs to make some money, not only for
well, that and the fact
Ukes,
that...
but for THQ
For
itself,
THQ,
too.
because they just lost the UFC contract.
Exactly. And if
And UFC was good, too.
And if
Just
the
no one really got
WWE
it.
games, if they lose them, WWE will easily sign on with
Yeah.
EA and continue on, and that's going to actually be one of the main franchises for THQ gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, Borderlands.
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 Yeah.
Boners.
You got any initial?
No, final thoughts. Literally, it's, I'm happy that I have nearly all, I have all but 2 of them paid off, and I got, under $100 left to pay in all of them, so.
Cool guy.
Oh, yeah.
money on my pre
I thought ahead, put some money down. Yeah, Jason's all like, I got $5 on 10 games, fuck.
Jesus.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about, man? I've got 2 collector's editions of Borderlands 2. That was
jeez.
25 piece.
Nah, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah!
But anyways.
Suck it!
So you got those. I'm looking forward to it. This is the good time of the year and the bad time of the year for me because I got school my last year. Hooray!
I don't have to do holiday season this year. Fuck you guys!
Yeah, I do. My.
I take that back.
What?
Nothing. We'll talk later.
My.
Oh no.
Cue the Imperial Death March
Dun,
music.
dun, 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 dun.
Seasonal hire.
Da, da, da,
Are you really?
da, da, da. That's okay. I was
Can't
torn
talk
up by
about
music.
anything.
So for me, I got a lot of games I'm rooting for. The problem with all this is I will buy most of these and I'll get them all right away. Blah blah.
And
so
they'll
on
sit
and
in
so
the
forth.
plastic.
They will. They'll just sit in the cellophane half of these
Yeah,
until
'cause you still have like 5 games. you
until
can
I'm
play. And you still
bored.
buy
I'm
stuff.
bored in the spring. The games. Here's my rest of the year with some other shit sprinkled in. I will be playing Ratchet and Clank HD Collection
Yeah!
until Borderlands comes out.
Yeah!
When Borderlands comes out, I will play that until Medal of Honor comes out, which I will only
Halo's
play.
first.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. Halo's November.
You're lying.
Medal of Honor's October.
Is it October?
So
have
I'm
that
gonna
on
play. I'm gonna play Medal of Honor because the campaign will only take me a day or two, and I'll
Back
get
to Borderlands.
and then I'll get in the habit of the multiplayer. I'll rank myself up a little bit until Halo comes out, and I will play Halo until I can't take Halo anymore for a
Then
little
back to
bit.
Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Then I'll go back and pick up all these play these other games that were in the cellophane, like Forza Horizon,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. I will go back and get to all those. But now you're talking January, February. I'm not going to get to them right away. I'm not.
Yeah.
3-4 games will consume the remainder of my year.
It's
Yeah.
like a week and a half before.
That's all I need. The
But
campaign's
I'm
going to
not-
be one
but
day,
it's
and the
It's not even
multiplayer will
about
be a
that.
week.
It's just
Yeah.
that I was wrong, so fuck you.
I knew Medal of Honor's October, you son of a bitch.
have it pre-ordered too.
Prick store?
Pick
Yeah.
store.
Prick store. A store of pricks.
Dick pics.
Okay, go play Spec Ops. It's a good game.
I thought that's how you're gonna end it today. Like, bye. I'm like, oh.
Later.
Oh,
I can still do it. What, you think I'm scared?
Are you?
I'll do it 3 times. Go buy Spec Ops. That's 2. I'll get one more
Oh,
in there.
oh,
No,
You
you
hit
can't
the
count.
table.
No, you hit the table. It's
give a
minus 1 point.
Now,
50 DKP minus.
now I want to go listen to Cage the Elephant.
All right, we got anything else for these fine folks?
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
You should go a game with us. Literally, add in a message or something on YouTube, whatever, Facebook. We'll give you gamer tags. We'll play some Borderlands, Halo, whatever with you.
Oh yeah, we haven't done
Guild
that.
Wars 2.
We haven't done that in weeks.
yeah,
months even.
Literally,
I have no internet.
if you want to do Guild Wars with me, I think I'm on Magmar. Let's go with that because it's
Isn't that a
Pokemon related.
Pokemon?
Yeah, it is.
I'm Jerker 1015. That's Steam, Xbox, and PSN.
And I ain't giving out nothing until I get internet back.
Yeah, you have no internet, so there's no
Yeah.
point in sending Jason a friend
Then I'll
request.
just get messages on my phone.
Urban Assault 8 on the Xboxes, and then if you want to just mess with me on there, I can give you Steam and everything else, because that's complicated stuff.
Yeah, I got BattleNet and stuff, but I don't even know it off the top of my head.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just literally, just if you want to game with us, totally, we're up for it.
And before we go, we got to plug our stuff too, since we mentioned those.
We did not. We totally forgot.
No,
Yeah,
we didn't. We kind of skipped that. So
Go
we got the Facebooks.
that's at Forward Compatible Podcast. Give us a like over here.
We got the YouTube.
Yeah, it's YouTube. Just go to YouTube. We're there.
YouTube Forward Compatible
we
Podcast.
have-
Forward compatible podcast.
Gmail's Forward Compatible
Compatible.
Forward Compatible Podcast at gmail.com.
And actually, I think we've been giving it out wrong. And if we are, we're pretty damn lame. But we got the Twitter one. It's at F Compatible.
I think that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, I thought we were saying FC. So
Ah.
it's F Compatible. Either way,
It's
Yeah.
at F Compatible.
at F Compatible.
That's the twatters.
Twatters.
Yeah, you can, we can give that out. You can pull.
And
Was
if-
it Metro to put it on
Yeah.
there? Yeah, you can pull one of his, and we'll say we check, and then we'll
Yeah,
get
you
to it
can
2
and
weeks
you can
later.
call us out on it.
But if you go to the YouTubes,
And
Mark
if you guys
will read
think
you
that
directly.
if you guys think that Tony should get a tout, that's the 15-second social media thing. Let us know, and we'll make him make one. Then,
It's not gonna happen.
We're gonna make it.
if
for you.
everybody says that you should get one,
Then I'll
then
fucking
you
do
got to
it.
do
God
it.
damn it.
Well, he didn't. Well, we'll see. Well, we can make it for him. We can't. We could have gone to his pocketbook and bought him a fucking. Ooh yeah.
Ooh, yeah!
We could have.
Wow, he just ear raped me.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah.
Love
But yeah. Anyway, we could have made him do that if we got enough votes. But this is a little bit easier.
Well,
for
we got
us.
the votes. It was just after it was already closed. Either way, if you think Tony should do 15-second little videos for you of just his face being like, "Hi guys," let us know.
Is that what
That-
it is?
that's how he usually
Jesus
talks.
Christ.
And we'll make him do it.
This is gonna be fucking awesome. I'm thinking of doing it regardless.
It's Tony's shirt of the day.
See this? I wore it yesterday. I'm also doing it today. Click.
Done.
All right.
Anybody got anything else for us?
Borderlands.
All right, guys.
Sex.
This has been episode 29. Thanks for tuning in. Catch us next week, same time, same place.
Kelly, bye.
Go buy Spec Ops.
Borderlands.